What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather
Good
be clean,
evening,
I'd rather be a
chat.
poser in a magazine.
Good evening.
I'd rather
I'm
be
here.
pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind,
I might as well let this song play out now. We're a minute away.
ignoring fight. I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
Alrighty, guys. God, this chicken is fucking spicy. There's too much fucking spice in it. My reactor's all fucked up. Okay, got it. Which means it's fucked up here. What a surprise. Anyway, chat, you might have saw that. Today we are examining what I can only describe as an insane person. So one of the interesting things that's happened in the last, like, say, 8 years is that men are really struggling with the concept of not getting laid. You know, some of them, they go crazy, I guess, right? But this is a man of all time, chat. Men happen. I don't even know it like, what is, like, the impetus for this? Like, what is ground zero, right? Like, how's this happen? Like, I don't understand how this stuff happens. I want to know where it all originates from, right? Well, there's always been desperate men, right? But there's been like a... Okay, conspiracy theory time, chat. I think the incel movement is a psyop. I think it's a psyop. I think either China or Russia implanted the whole, like, the West has fallen thing, right? In order to get men disillusioned with women to help sow divisiveness in the West. That's my thought, right? If there is any channel that I have ever seen that is probably getting money under the table, now this is a joke and also an opinion, but if there were, I would pay this guy, right? Because this this locks right into, like, that weird intersection between autistic guy and the guy who can't get laid. You know, so the autistic guy who can't get laid. But it is a channel called Homath. And I think what's really alarming here, and I don't know what this says more about, like, this is whole, like, industry of making content like this. I mean, Synthetic Man is one of them. This guy is another one, right? And this guy does really well, right? But this guy is definitely special. I've seen Eastern European incels. If it's a psyop, it's spread too much. It, like, breached containment. But Homath says, I make scribbly diagrams that expose the cognitive processes behind hoe stuff. Parentheses, dating in the Western world, as well as other social, personal, and interpersonal phenomenon. I reveal the unseen with colored pencils. So here's part of why I think this guy might actually be medically, like, crazy. Because things like I reveal the unseen. So one of the things I've always mentioned, guys, is that, like, paranoid schizophrenics all believe that they have a secret truth to reveal unto the world, right? So I do think the incel movement is a problem of mental illness in men, and also because of gooning or something. Yeah. Something men therapy something, right? So he likes trains, but does he have decent bodily hygiene? Yeah, so he basically examines. I'm gonna guess he examines deliberately rage baity TikToks and then breaks them down with math to prove the women wrong. So we found a final boss of semantics, right? He's literally explaining it with crayons, yes. Now, I know I have a humongous female audience, okay? I will willingly admit that. And I also willingly play into that. But I gotta be frank, I think this guy can't get pussy. I don't know, just an idea.
This man has never felt the warm embrace of love from someone other than his overbearing mother.
I don't know. This is like the guy with mommy issues meme. And it's like a Wojak that's like, you know, it's like on fire and shit. But I haven't seen much of this. I just like peruse the channel. And like, I was like, oh no, this is exactly what I thought it was, right? But these two videos, Zone version 3, the most useful relationship map in history, and then the Delta Hot Index seem to be pretty formative videos. Killjoy, member of the community, made a thread on this guy. I am very interested to learn more. So, I don't even know where to begin. I guess we're just gonna watch. Again, I'm going in completely blind. I'm just saying from my personal experience, motherfuckers that make content like this, like the something broken in their brain, right? Let's see the link tree. Self-maximize starter pack. Charts, posters. Coffee table book, self-maximize. What's this? It's $12. A mind map that's designed using an integral. So this is one of those guys where it's like, maybe all of his graphs feign like, no, this actually looks like a crazy person made this. Right? Like, something that, you guys remember TimeCube? I think I've talked about this on stream, or I might have talked about it with Tox. TimeCube. You guys remember TimeCube? Doesn't this give you the same vibe that TimeCube does? Right? Where it's just like a various assortment of fonts and graphs and like all these like insane shits with different fucking fonts and sizes and all that, and it just goes on and on. It kind of comes off like that. But I feel like the zone, maybe the zones is like his theory of everything. So let's look at it.
Hi. If you don't know me by now, I make diagrams to explain psychology.
Okay, this guy's nuts. This guy's nuts. This guy's nuts. This is a mentally ill individual that was given a YouTube channel and coalesced into bad built-up behavior. There is too many words on that for this guy not to be mentally unwell. Give this guy some lithium. He needs it now. Holy shit.
And dating as a
Okay, you know, I don't... It's really not that hard. I don't think you need that many words.
part of my upcoming series on self-improvement called Self-Maximize.
Self-maximize. Hey, fellas, are you out there self-maxing? If you're not out there self-maxing, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I have created a new version of Zones. Here it is. Zones is
This is mentally unwell. This man is mentally unwell. Holy shit.
of course my viral iconic relationship map that lays out what men are looking for from women.
Okay. I don't think there's like a one-size-fits-all example for what either men or women are looking for in a relationship. Like, what you look for in a relationship depends on what position you are in life and what kind of upbringing you have, right? all of those things determine what kind of thing you're looking for, right? So I'm sure he's going to explain this, right? But a graph is all meant to explain stuff without him giving context to it, right? So we'll just look at it at
Oh
face
nah,
value.
these models are bad. They're not even properly peer-reviewed or using proper APA citation.
I think we got a full screenshot of this.
Optimus Prime would never do this to us.
Let's see. All right. So I'm just gonna go over this before we even get into the video, and and then I will refute his points, right? But the concept of a graph is that through visualization, I should be able to understand what's going on, right? That's what it is behind it, right? All right. Zones. Okay. All right. Some of this is not easily discernible, right? It should be like discernible at a glance. That's like part of what design is, right? So they're looking. Okay, I'll just look at the two bubbles that include men and women, and then from there we'll address the love and lust sections. But assuming that that's what men are looking for, and again, I don't think men are always looking for these three things. Again, I think what you look for in a relationship depends at what point you are in your life, because it just depends, right? This man has 0 maintenance. Yeah, right. So the implication here is like an old. It's an old misnomer, guys. It's an old misnomer, right? There is this perception. There's this perceived idea that women's wants for men are much higher than men's wants for women. And quite personally, having known many a woman, I think it actually depends on the woman, how much they want, right? And I've met guys who have very specific tastes on how much they want. So I would argue that a lot of them are all looking for a lot of the same things, right? But everybody is picky to their particular taste, right? Like Scarlett likes fat women, right? And not all men like fat women. Ergo, one of the prerequisites to be in a relationship with Scarlett is that he'd probably want you to be fat, right? So that's like a specific thing that would be like I refuse to not date a fat woman, right? So like I could see the gold digger being replaced with fat guy, right? But to say that a man's like wants are that simple is not understandable. This is so like incomprehensible, dude. Because like the idea is that I should be able to look at a graph and understand it. And I'm getting like the broad strokes is that men have simple wants and they're just looking for like simple things, right? But women are very particular and their standards are too much. Ergo, the West has fallen because women want too much out of relationships, right? There you go. But if anything, I'd argue you'd probably like... It's really not... Like, all you need to do is like wash your ass, be funny. That's it. Maybe be funny. Not even be funny. You know, like there's got to be something. Like, if you're like mad, like you got to have a little something. It's really not that hard. What it really is that men haven't had to have an actual personality before women's rights. I don't know if I agree with that, but... No, the men's graph is more akin to... Here's 3 things men look for, and these side things can add or subtract. fine. I'll just let him spit his shit, and we'll get through it.
And what women are looking for from men in romantic relationships. As you can see, the new version is much prettier and more fleshed out, easier to
Oh my god, this is mentally unwell. This is mentally unwell.
read and easier to understand. This is
Why do you think the common joke for married men is that they just hate their wives? I believe that's a very multiplicital issue, right? Like multiplicital issue where it's like again, I'm not an expert in relationships, but neither is this guy, right? I mean, the reason that marriages fall apart yet people stick together and then bitch about their significant other is pretty wide breadth of reasons and things. I mean, I could talk about my specific parents, but I'm not going to. But, you know, in general, it's like a general one is like, okay, we don't like each other anymore, but we have to stay together because we want the kids to have both parents present. We can't afford living on single income if we separated. So as a choice of convenience, we stay together. They might just hate each other for like those kind of reasons, right? If this was a school project, you'd get an A for presentation.
version 3, and it took me 3 days to get perfect, even though it's
Took him 3 days, guys.
characteristically not perfect. There's no hole in that A. A lot of you probably never saw version 1, which I did in 10 minutes on a kitchen counter. How far we've come, and I couldn't have done it without you. So let's get to the point. Here are the differences between the old and new versions. The old version uses these simple little drawings to demonstrate how men think about women and then where we place them along this scale according to how much we like them. And it has these minimal indications of how we feel about these different classifications. Of course, it does the same for women who measure men along 2 axes instead of 1. If you're a woman, this is how much men like you, and if you're a man, this is how much women are attracted to you and how much they feel safe with you and supported by you. Women are complex. I also included these indicators for lust and love, and these arrows showing that the good guy attachment is measured here, and
I've skimmed through the first of his Q&A live streams, and he does
I've
have a
skimmed
girlfriend.
through a few of his Q&A live
Well, then maybe he's just a
streams, and he
grifter,
does have a girlfriend. Majored in calculus but flunked chemistry.
Guys, listen, this is about a heterosexual thing, right? That's what it is. I understand it's like, where's the gay people? But like, listen, that's just gonna make the graph like really complicated, okay? I don't know. I don't think this is complicated enough to need a graph, personally. Right? What if he's basing this graph based on his own girlfriend? Like, she's reviewing and going, oh my god, babe, that's so mean. He's peer reviewing it against his girlfriend. That'd be really funny.
Is she actually real?
I mean, maybe. Right? But it's like, you know, there's like some people in the chat, and I get it, right? Because I got a lot of chicks in the chat, and I get it, where it's like men had a lot more rights than women for a large portion of history. The game of courting was completely different, right, prior to the rights of women. But I would never argue based off of stuff I've read from back in the day that it was just easy, right? I couldn't just go down to the store and buy a wife. Maybe if I was rich, but then that also comes in with a whole bunch of other things, right? For a long time, people have like used wealth or different status indicators as whether or not they marry someone. These days, I don't even think wealth matters as much as you think it does. I just don't think it does. I think a lot of men think that they think it does based on historical precedents of it needing to in the past, but I don't think it does anymore, in my opinion, right? With gay people, he stated he hasn't looked into that, so he doesn't cover it. Like, I'm sure we'll have a lot of women in the chat who can attest to, like, oh, money isn't something that even matters to me in the fact of me looking for a partner, right? I mean, a lot of people will tolerate a lot of money problems in partners. It happens, right? Like, you could be very low income and women will still want to talk to you, right? And then maybe if you're somebody who, like, gets reneged by a woman because she wants a high income guy, that's probably not someone you want to be with anyway, right? But the expectations on men were much lower. Have a job, don't beat your wife, and you were considered a great catch. Like, okay, if you're broke, the expectations are different. But if we're using, because most of the writing comes from, like, rich people, right? There's, like, okay, you gotta understand, like, proper etiquette. You need to be, like, a proper gentleman. You need to be able to be cosmopolitan, but you also need to be moral and well-standing and all that, right? But I think a lot of, and I know
I
I'm gonna
feel
see it from the
offended that
chat.
he thinks we look at finances. I don't care about money. I want someone I can watch Diesel making pee-pee boo-boo jokes with.
And yeah, and I'd also, yeah, men and women are fundamentally different, right? And how they look at it is different. From the conversations I've had with the girlies, it is different, right? If you let me info dump about animation, you're cool. What the fuck is this? Oh, what the hell is this? I am examining the incel relationship chart. Xylee, I would really love to have a woman double team this with me. We can generalize as a meme, but everything has nuance. Okay. I'll hop in my server, Xylee, and I'll pull you from waiting. Please, please. I know you're playing your Farmville game right now, okay?
You changed your PFP yet again.
Well, now I'm the jonkler.
Lord have mercy.
So Xylee.
So what's going on? Is this dude like not get laid? Like what's
So
the deal?
apparently he has a girlfriend and he used to be a bit of a player, but his name is Homath. Right?
Oh, math.
Homath.
Oh.
And this is
Oh.
and this is his theory of, like, this is his quintessential theory of everything, right? About
Okay,
like
quick question before we get
Mhm.
into his theory. All right, how do you spell Homath?
HOE
HOE
underscore
Math?
math. MATH.
underscore. Okay, awesome. And how many does he have?
Close to 600K.
Oh, awesome. Okay. All right, 600K Homath. All right, I love me some good Homath. Let's go. All right, it's like girl math, but you know, even more. All right.
God, yeah. So I mean, you know, I'm currently arguing with my chat because
Wait,
they're
don't
all
tell me
women.
your chat is falling for this.
No, they're not falling for this.
Oh, okay. I was about to say your chat.
I don't
They're a lot
know.
like
It's
me.
like
I'm
it's
just
like
saying.
it's like, you know, two things. I think fucking Xylee, the gender war is cringe and gay, but
I
I
agree.
feel like it's constantly like, even with the most charitable of viewpoint, people are just like, dudes suck, and I'm just like, bro, I don't go around trying to be an asshole, but
I
it's
mean,
like, it
quite
just
honestly, it's not even a dudes or a gal suck. That human beings suck. It's not even a gender war anymore. If you're human, you probably suck.
Do you think he'd pick Navy son
God.
or Siren daughter?
It's like under Nick's tweet the other day that he put out. I think he put it out yesterday. I don't know. Internet time runs together for me. He had put like who should come back into the commentary community, and I put under there no new women. And somebody didn't understand that I was joking. That was like not being serious about that at all. So
chat is saying it's lagging. I know, I see it.
yeah, you are lagging, bro.
Yeah, I turned the screen share down just now, but I don't know why.
Well, I'm streaming in like 45 minutes anyway, so I mean, you can just give me the rundown
Happy
because it
you're
might be your
lagging.
share screen because we need to get you a new
It
computer,
might-
bro.
Bro, I have like a fucking RTX 370 in here. I don't need a new computer.
Okay, and let me hood ornament in the chat. Xylee gets sexist. No, Xylee does not get sexist. My hands are rated E for everyone. Okay, I don't care if you're a man, woman, or a child. All right, I do not care. Everybody can get popped. All right. Yeah, we need to get you a new computer, bro.
Yeah, it was just a screen share. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have my keyboard unplugged, and that was a fucking issue last time for
Or
some reason.
Either that or like Discord's like really messing everything up.
It could
But I'm
be.
looking at on the screen and I'm seeing like Bad Boy and like Mistake. Cause I got your stream on my
Here,
up on
I
here.
have the here's the whole. This is his original graph. He's updated it.
Okay.
All right. I'll send you a copy because, you know, it's a little bit of a stream delay. Here.
Keepers, sleepers, and sweeper. What the? Bruh. What is this?
Well,
what am
okay,
I looking
so
at?
like the further you go up on the scale on the left is
Yeah.
whether or not a man would want a woman, right? So hypothetically, if you're like a woman in a heterosexual relationship and you're looking for a monogamous man to marry,
Yeah.
you'd want a man to view you as a keeper. The further you go down on the list is like the man values you less, right? And
Okay.
then it's conversely for women, right? The further you go up on that list, the more the woman would want you. But where men, his implication is that men operate on one axis, women operate on two axes, right? In terms of like whether or not they're willing to be with a guy, right? So like, for example, they would like the further you are to the left, the more you're willing to have an opportunistic like sex relationship, right? So they fuck a bad boy, a mid relationship, a good relationship, right?
Remember my bad boy stage. I had so much fun during my bad boy stage. I just want to say, you should at least get a
Xylee.
bad boy at least once in your life. That was actually a fun stage. What? I'm sorry.
Xylee, you're proving his point.
What? It was fun. Listen. If a woman wants to have fun, she's allowed to have fun. I don't need no man's permission whether I want to have fun or not. I went through a bad boy stage and I liked bad boys at one point. Did I settle down with a bad boy? No, I didn't. Both times. Because you know I've been married before, so. He wasn't a bad boy either. I went through my bad boy stage and nothing wrong with it. And now I'm a luxurious housewife. Look at me.
Oh my god.
Can we talk about how this looks like this was drawn with crayon?
Well, that's his entire channel, Xylee. It's all drawn with crayon.
Is this
Right?
all the stuff that he talks about? I gotta look
Yes,
this bro
he
up.
literally just talks. He'll like do like math and graphs to like counter arguments by annoying women on TikTok. When the reality of it is that they're just annoying women.
I find it amazing that he named his channel Homath.
I know, right?
And this bro gets view. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Well,
What am I
that's what
doing
I was
wrong?
thinking. It's like, Jesus Christ, bro. If you just sold your soul, you could be making some mad money.
Okay, bro, I think
Alright.
maybe we should
This
like
guy
collab
must
at a
own
second
at least
channel.
like fucking like, bro. He must be raking in some serious fucking cash, dude.
Listen, all we need is some like printer paper, some crayons, a little bit of markers, and we could so be doing another channel. Like we can collab on this shit, bro. You got the voice for it. I can draw like this. Cause he's not drawing like, you know, like Cat or Mishi or anything. Yeah.
All I know is the gays are better at pulling.
Woman
That's
or
the sum of
tree,
my
not the
relationship
right
knowledge.
argument. Make sure, stuck, found out. Oh, I gotta look into this guy.
At Diesel IRL saying you're proving his point, Xylee, like Duzo see the craziest bitch alive and say I can fix her. I've been there.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's talk about how women look at a man and say, I can fix him. Bruh, it goes both ways. It very much goes both ways. Now, I don't know if I can fix a man named Homath. That's a little much.
No, I
Just
don't
saying.
think you can fix a guy like that, right? I don't think that happens.
His name is Homath.
Yeah,
like,
you.
why would you name yourself
This one guy in chat being like, listen, he's not all bad, and listen, that might be the case, right? But this presentation makes him look like a sociopath. All right, there's no way that you can do this and not look like a fucking nutcase.
Diesel, he live streams his drawings. Bro,
Dude,
he live streams.
You should be doing
What?
you should be doing speed paints of these.
Oh my god, I am subscribing with the bell on right now. Wait. And he gets views, bro. He's got 12K views on his last live stream. Okay.
He's got
that's
like
it.
he's got like an update to the crazy hot index, which is like a fucking meme, bro.
Okay, now we're gonna shame people in your audience. Who's the person in your audience saying he's not that bad? Who is it? Who is it?
I'm not, because I'm already arguing with them.
Who is it you're arguing with? Cloudy, tell me. Tell me, Cloudy. No, don't tell me, because you're a mod. We don't want it to look bad on you. All right, fine.
This is a really funny graph with all the extra additions. Why
Oh,
is
it's duck
is
quackers?
this real?
Wait,
this?
it's duck quackers? Okay, what is this? No-go zone, danger zone. Okay, that could have been a picture of me when I was in my 20s with the knife in the hand. Possible. Fun zone, date zone, wife zone. Okay, listen. You see this graph here?
Mhm.
Let's talk about reality. Sometimes you start off in the crazy zone. You're young, you're Latina, you know, in my example, you know, you got that Latin spice about you. You'll cut a motherfucker, no big deal. Okay? And then you have fun, you know, you date somebody, fall in love, and all of a sudden you become a wifey. Okay? It's life. That's just how it goes.
Yeah,
Don't you
that's
want
what
a
I
little
was saying at the
spice?
beginning. It's like you kind of go through like phases of what you want,
Yeah.
right? You like plotting it on a graph makes it strange to do that. Like it doesn't make sense to do that. It's very uncomfortably weird.
Have you checked his comments? Like, are they agreeing with him on this?
Yeah,
stuff
they're
he's
like either
saying?
agreeing or they're like making fun of him, being like, this guy tried to math his way out of women, like autism guy. You know, like it's kind of like it has that same energy as like a actually, you know those videos where they're like, this wouldn't be so bad actually. And then they like semantics their way out of it.
Okay, so he's not full of brain dead people watching him then.
Well, it's like some people like taking the piss, and then there are plenty of people that are also like, man, you're kind of spitting. I haven't looked at those videos that seem to be like responses to TikToks though, so I don't know.
Well, drama is kind of dry right now, and this has
Well,
piqued my
that's
interest.
why I decided to take a look at it, because I was like, okay, this is fucking weird.
And I feel like we need to double team on a live stream. I mean, we need to double team on a channel. We could beat this guy at his own game. We could do it.
We'll do
We
home
could
math
pull-
underscore official, and we just do the complete inverse of him.
Yes.
You know what? Actually,
Yes!
we should
Oh
tap
my
in.
god!
We should tap into like the toxic girl bossing community, and we should teach women how to like be more professional gaslighters.
No, actually teach them how to be hussies better. Be a respectable hoe. All right? Ain't nothing wrong with being a hoe. Just be a respectable hoe. Wrong with that? You just gotta be respectable. That's the problem with the hoes these days. They're not respectable like they were back in my day. All right? We were
Simp
respectable.
math.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Simp math? That's actually a good name. Bro, we could do this. And we could look, every video that he uploads, we just do like the invert, but kind of make it look like his, but it's not his at the same time. We could do this.
He's got really cute drawings, that's for sure.
We could do it. Oh my god, this can be done.
Let's see. Dude, there's like these graphs have so many words. You know when somebody has like too many words on a graph and you're like, you're mentally ill.
Well, that's how I feel about
You
this
know.
image you sent me. Like, what the hell is
Well,
all
like
this?
you can't be a sorry, I'm gonna do the exact thing I was complaining about where people kind of dismiss men, but it's like the joke was if you if you draw a picture like that and you're over the age of 30, you're mentally ill. Like that's it. Men can't be drawing like that. Go paint like a fucking fresco, bro. Like
To give it to him though. I love the name of the channel. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't get mad at that name. I can't because he's getting away with it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, Lunar
Diesel.
Moon Tea, him trying to group everybody into a group with a certain way of thinking, like every brain is different. Yeah. It's an issue
Oh
of
my
generalization.
God.
It is.
Oh my god. Ooh, Jaded draws too. I can get Jaded to. Oh my god, I have an idea.
You're
for a
just like
secret
you're just
channel.
like
That would
fuck
be
it. You're like
amazing.
fuck it. I just want to just make money and just like let's just make the world a worse place. Actually,
No, because I will not be telling women, you know, you if you're like this, you're not good for society. No. We are sex positive over here. Thank you very much. All right. Oh god, that would be amazing. I hate his thumbnails though. Well, no, they're not that bad.
well they're like
Mine used
the
to be worse.
quartering Andy thumbnails, you know.
Wait, he has X's over those girls? Who is a 10? Oh my god. He watches whatever podcast? Of course he does. Ugh.
But you know, it's like that whole implication where it's like, you know, 90% of women go for like the top 10% of men, which I don't know how true that kind of thing is, but I hear that pejorative said quite a bit.
You know, listen here. I've been blue collar all my life. Every single family member I had got dirty to make money. You know, I don't know anything about no top 10% of nothing. All right. This whole top 10%, bruh. Chill out.
Hi, Hal.
Hi.
What's up, Hal?
Hi, Xylee. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I can't complain.
I needed women to
We're talking about home math.
and Siley needed to go soon, so I pulled you in.
Oh, of course, of course.
We were talking about home math and how it's changing the world one ridiculous drawing at a time.
Hal, I'm gonna send you an image, right?
Okay.
This is a bad time for me to need to go to the bathroom. Damn it!
You know,
What?
I feel like you need to get your bladder checked.
I have a wonderful
I
bladder.
agree.
Good God.
Okay. So what's happening in this image?
I would love to tell you, but I really need to pee.
Okay.
This man go pee. All right, let's look at this image
If women
together,
only
Hal, because
went
I
for
have
the
the
top
same image.
10% of men,
Okay,
my brother
awesome.
would not have 7
Um,
kids.
Apparently, something to the left, like women are either sweepers, sleepers, or keepers.
Right.
Okay. And then you have men that go by 2 sections. Wait, good guy low, high. Let's see, investment, presentable, other women. I would love to hear. I can't wait to watch this video because that other one says other women. Is
Mhm.
okay, chat, let me ask you something. Did this guy say that it is absolutely okay if you're a high value man to sleep with other women? Like, is this guy full red pill? Because they believe, red pill guys believe that is absolutely that women cheat and men just have sex. That's exactly how red pill thinks. No, he doesn't say that. Okay, that's good. That means he's not full blown red pill. I'm still going to goof on his ass. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
But he's
100%.
not full. He's not full red pill though. That's a good thing.
Mm.
Let's see. Mid bad creep, bad boy, mistake, ghost.
I'm back.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I just asked your chat, and duck quackers. I guess that's the person you were arguing with because they answered my question earlier. I asked, was this guy full blown red pill, saying that you know how red pill believes that only women cheat and men just have sex, and he says no, he doesn't say that kind of stuff. So it's good that he's not full blown red pill. His thing is hookup culture has ruined society. Shit, hookup culture made it fun. What are you talking about, bro?
So
Hookup
real.
culture made it fun. What?
So real.
Listen,
I
listen.
Feel, I
let's
feel
be
like
for
that's
real.
not helping the case here. Guys.
No, let's be for real. Let's be for real. Hookup culture was always a thing, but it was okay and acceptable for men to do it out loud in front of everybody, but it wasn't culturally acceptable for women to do it.
I mean, hookup culture's been going on since like the 20s, right?
Dawn of time, actually. Yeah.
But like it got
But-
real popular then. And then
Mhm.
like everyone's like, "Oh my god, the women back in the like 50s were so good." Boy, they were hooking up too. Like,
They were hooking
People have
up
been hooking
too.
up since the dawn of time.
yeah.
Yep. It's just it was socially acceptable for the men to do it, and it wasn't socially acceptable for women to do it. Well, now we're in the 2000s. Actually, it started getting socially acceptable around the 80s, but it really started picking up in the 2000s.
I would,
Women are
I
like,
would argue
yeah.
probably the start of counterculture, so probably 60s, but
Yeah, well, yeah, because of the hippies and stuff like that. I mean, true. But yeah, it's like, listen, guess what? Women have needs and desires. It's not just men who have needs and desires. And women are more boisterous about it now than what they were before.
So,
Shit.
But this is more about like this is more about monogamous heterosexual relationship finding. That's what this graph is, right? So as I was explaining to Xylee, right, the part on the left is what men are looking for in women, and the higher you go up is like, you know, if a man is looking for a monogamous heterosexual relationship, hypothetically he wants a green. But men work on one axis, while women work on two, right?
right.
And so, you know, obviously you go up, the more of a good guy you are. But and then there's also like a index of like how much of a bad boy you are, so the sexual component plays a role. But I also kind of feel like the sexual component would matter for a man as well, so I don't really know why.
Absolutely.
Be honest
know-
with you.
The guy that made this graph would like only accept what he considers tens, right?
I mean,
It must seem that way because okay,
like this isn't a 10, this is like a big section, right? So it's not just 10, but like what a guy would want if he's looking for like a quote unquote keeper is somebody in the green, right? And you can add or subtract those things on the left hand side.
Right.
boils down to see that's the problem. It's like they try to overgeneralize. Like, listen, women do the same thing. They try to overgeneralize men. All right, men do the same thing with women. They try to overgeneralize them.
Absolutely.
It depends on the individual person. To be very honest,
I've said it before on other streams where there's like some weird relationship component and there's like clearly like a miscommunication in a relationship. Like good communication in a relationship kind of exists like downstream of like sexual communication, right? So like for men not to have a component about sexuality, like there's sex in there, makes no sense, because if like you're a guy and you're having bad sex, you're probably not going to communicate it to your partner, and if you don't communicate it to your partner, that's just going to lead to more other relationship issues at the basis of it being that. So it's like, for that not to be something that's a component of this is insane.
Well, when you're in a relationship, communication is key.
Well, yeah, and that's like one of the core things that like a couple should be able to communicate about. So if they're not communicating
agree.
about that, it's an indicator that something else is like wrong.
It depends. I mean, your dude could just be bad in bed. I'm just saying.
Well, what I'm saying is if the guy has like a problem, right, where it's like maybe his girl is like, I only want this,
yeah.
right, and then he's like, I don't want to talk about this with her because it'll cause an argument, blah blah blah, right, it leads to like issues down the line because they're not communicating about that. What else is he gonna?
Oh, it'll
like,
add on. It adds on
adds
more and
on.
more.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's just not a man. I mean, sometimes a woman thinks that too, and she doesn't say anything because she don't want to break her husband or her boyfriend's heart. So then, before you know it, they're fighting over what food that either he or she cooked, because it boils down to they never communicated what their original problem was in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, that's what I mean. Where like sexual communication, you know, shows kind of an example of like how much communication period is happening in the relationship.
I can kind of get down with that. I can kind of agree with that, because I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, your partner is supposed to be your best friend in the whole world. You're supposed to be able to communicate everything to them, everything. You know, and if they're not your best friend, then you should not be with them unless you're just sleeping around. But if it's a long-term relationship and that is your partner and we are a thing, that is supposed to be your best friend. If they are not your best friend, then you are not going to end up being with them. You shouldn't be with them, because that should be the one person you can tell anything and everything to, whether they like it or not, but you still have that communication and that trust that you can tell them your feelings about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hal backs me up on that, so I know I'm right.
Of course, I'm always right. Isn't that right, Chad?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my god.
So is he nasty about it in his videos? Like, am I gonna cringe when I watch these videos?
He kind of seems pretty even keel about it, honestly.
Does he
like-
sound jilted?
No. I just think he's autistic.
Oh, no, I can't pick on
I
him
just
if he
think he's
is.
special. But it's like, you look at the graphs he makes and you're like, this guy's nuts. Like, look at how many words are in these fucking graphs.
It is kind of like unhinged behavior.
Yeah, it's like I was comparing it to the fucking like TimeCube website where it just goes on and on with all these fonts in different colors and like strange like it's just weird. Like it's just like it's one of those things where like it's it's like you have an idea but like you present it in the most scaring way possible.
Okay, Duck Quacker says no, he's pretty mild-tempered.
Yeah,
so we're not dealing with a Myron Gaines here, is what you're saying. We're not dealing with a Myron, which is, you know who Myron is?
I don't have a clue.
From Fresh and Fit?
Yeah, it's a Fresh and Fit guy.
Yeah, it's Fresh and Fit, dude. Okay, we're not dealing with a Myron here. Damn, because I was hoping to cuss somebody out. I'm gonna have to check his video. I'm sorry, I gotta check his videos out because I just love his name. Homath? That's an amazing... Why didn't I think of that? I would have so named my channel Homath.
Right?
Could you imagine?
No,
Oh
he's
my
made
God.
fun of Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate. See,
Oh,
like
okay.
this
Promising.
this is great, but what I like, the presentation makes him look like a nutcase. That's it. Like, there's just no way to change that. Like, if I was just walking down the street, like if I saw this on like my YouTube homepage, I'd be like, what? And then like just move on from it, you know?
That's it. I'm changing my channel name to Ho Calculus. 100%. You're right, Axis. I'm changing my channel to Ho Calculus.
This
God,
this
how
has
we
the
kicked
same
out the
energy as if I saw some, like I walked into like a friend's house and if he had like a bunch of Funko Pops on the wall, I'd be like, what's wrong with you? You okay?
You want to find out if he's autistic? See if he likes Sonic.
That's not the only thing.
You know, did you see in the group chat where somebody dropped where Sonic
that video has been in my recommended since before it was dropped, and I just looked at it and I went, it makes sense to me, and I moved on. I didn't even look at it.
Yeah, but I kind of watch it now. I'm like, wait a minute, that might explain some things. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm gonna go, but continue. Good luck, Hal, with learning about this guy and his graphs. And although I'm gonna be honest, I would take that bad boy one on the bottom and kind of put that like middle top. I mean, Prince Charmings, they're like white knights. Women like me don't like white knights, but we kind of like the bad boy-esque type. Like
See,
zombie apocalypse
so
happens.
if you
I want my
had a graph, your graph wouldn't look like that woman graph. That's like the point, right? Like that's what we keep trying to say.
That's
is
what
that
I'm
it's
saying.
Too generalizing.
Listen. I need my man to have some kind of bad boy in him. Okay, if a zombie
edge,
exactly, if a zombie apocalypse happens, okay, my husband can throw me on his shoulder, run down the street, and rip a tree out of the ground if he has to get me some firewood. All right, I need that bad boy type of energy. All right, but Prince Charming, what's Prince Charming gonna do? Like kiss my hand? No, I need survival tactics. All right. I need survival tactics. Not Prince, but husband zone, friend zone, yeah, maybe. Gold digger, yeah, we don't like gold diggers. They're bad. We don't like gold diggers. Gold diggers are bad. But I mean, in today's economy, do what you got to do, sis.
Real.
Watermelon thigh crushers at the top, please. I mean, Lunar, you are not wrong.
I'll get a watermelon eventually. I keep saying I will.
He keeps saying he will. I don't
Wait.
think he will, chat. I'm sorry.
Are they really talking you into doing that?
He promised, Xylee.
Diesel,
Promised on
why do you
stream.
fucking promise this shit?
I need to stop promising things.
Yes, you do. Stop it. Water bottle. Stop it. Jesus Christ. Y'all need to stop suggesting shit for him because he can't tell y'all no, obviously. Jesus Christ. I'm getting out of here and get ready for my stream. Goodbye.
Bye,
Bye,
Xylee.
Xylee.
Bye, Hal. Love you.
Love
Bye,
you too.
Diesel.
Mwah.
Bye, chat.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's see.
So Chatter is saying to just watch one of his like 2-minute videos first. So I'll take it. We'll take a gander. Hopefully when I screen share, it doesn't immediately crash everything. Hold on. I can't see. I'm blind. I need to set my keyboard to the right mode so I can use my keyboard still. This is a problem I've had for months, chat.
Constantly.
Okay. I did it correctly.
I'm so proud of you. Well done.
Okay, hopefully it doesn't lag. It says connection is stable here in OBS. Can you buy like a normal keyboard? I bought this keyboard, but then for some reason it started doing this randomly with Discord. I don't know why it happened. It's just a weird thing that happened. All right, let me know when you're in.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm gonna need the short girls to start dating the short kings.
Well, that's not gonna happen. Women do not want men who are
Diesel,
taller
I got
than
some
themselves.
of the Q&A
They want
streams
men
with
who are taller
timestamps
than
to certain
other
parts that
men.
range between 1 to 5
You're
minutes
basically
apiece
saying,
when you
hey,
need it in
you're
the thread.
average height. Why don't you date a guy of average height? And I'm tall, so leave the tall guys for me. But here's the thing. The tall guys don't particularly care that you're tall. You're looking for them. They are not looking for you. This works the same way for everything else, too. It works for money, and it works for looks, and it works for humor. Women want the men who are better than the other men, and not the men who are better than themselves. That's why the graph looks like this.
Okay, thoughts so far?
This is unhinged. Like, I get what he's saying, but it's like unhinged.
Okay.
Okay.
Elucidate me as a woman. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn.
Okay,
Tell me.
okay. Listen, girls like tall men because tall men are hot and they can put you over your shoulders and they can reach for tall shelves, okay?
Yeah, but he's like explaining. So he's
Right.
explaining that it's like
And then-
for because they're taller than the other men.
No,
That's what he's
just like-
explaining it as.
we just
right?
like people to be tall, just like you like fucking women's with big boobies. Like, it's just a preference thing. Some.
But
Like,
so then,
what?
what? Like, if I like women with big boobies, I want the women with big boobies more than the women with smaller boobies.
Yeah, but that's like. It's because they have big boobies.
He's like, I
like-
don't know. It's like explaining the. A guy. So from a guy, like a guy, right? When we're talking
Yeah.
about boobs, like a guy. I'm gonna try and like equate his like height thing to like how a guy thinks, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't like consciously think it. I'm not like pulling out like I'm not like pulling out one of those like measuring tapes to measure
Mhm.
the boob circumference, right? But I'd prefer boobs that are bigger than other boobs because I want
Yeah, but it's not
boobs.
like a thing that's like a deal breaker for you, right?
it's not a deal breaker, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm quite
Well,
tall for a woman.
he's arguing that for a woman it would be a deal breaker for the height.
But it's not. Like, at all.
I know I've known people who height is like a certifiable like deal breaker for them, but it's never been for me.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. And like, you're of average height for a guy, so like, and you have no trouble. You know?
Hmm.
It's not an, oh, these men are above average in height. Like, listen, a lot of the time women can't tell the difference between like 6 foot and like fucking five, like like that's a meme. Okay.
I remember when I was on Tinder though, there was one time I matched with someone and they asked my height and I said it was 5'9", and then they immediately unmatched with me. So I've
Yeah.
seen that. I wouldn't want to date someone over
Yeah.
6 feet because I don't want to feel like a child hugging their parents.
See?
Oh.
Like he's trying to like make it a math thing, but it's just not a math thing.
Diesel is a short king. I'm 5'9", so I'm like average height or just below average height. But I've been told I'm short, but those people were way less charitable than they should be, to be
Okay.
honest.
He thinks I'm short, chat.
No, I just say that you're short because it gets a reaction out of you.
It doesn't even get a reaction out of me.
Yeah, not
I
anymore.
say,
to
if
be
I'm
honest.
short, what the fuck does that make you?
A little guy. Okay, let's listen to the rest of this.
If you're above a 5, that just means you're in the running. Just forget about these guys. They're all. That's also why
Like,
women
what?
all say that they're 10.
So like
It's-
men who are like average. Okay, I don't know. It's like I feel like there's no
Sorry,
certified. There's
Diesel,
no
you're not in the
objective.
running any-
There's like no objective average guy. Like I don't. There's no objective average
It-
woman either. I've never like.
Exactly.
Most people in general are just people. They're just average. There's no like
It-
objective scene of it. You know.
Exactly.
It's because they're collectively.
I don't. This okay. I know I'm being a pause Andy right now, but this feels like something that like is more like I don't know. Like it was different. Like in college, I felt like there were a lot more standards that I needed to meet for women than as like a grown man, right?
Well, it's because like we're not mature in college, not as mature as we think, okay? And we go and we hit the real adult world, and then we're like, you know, these standards I've set for myself are actually super unrealistic, okay? Like, let's be real, I'm not gonna get a top 10% man. I don't even think I'd want a top 10% man, okay? But like, you know, back when I was college age, yeah, sure. And like, Greg, you're so right. Where the fuck is this data? Where is he getting it from?
Agreeing to all just go for the tens. In
Like,
other
what is a 10 guy? Like, what does that guy look like? Is he like 6'2", like six-figure salary, exercises in great shape, abs? Like, like, is that what that guy is? Is that like the guy? Oh, he's also great in
like,
bed and super nice and great with dogs and kids. Like, is that what that is? Like,
I mean, that's what like some people argue. Some people argue that it's like a fucking 5'8" man with a dad bod, you know?
see, but then I don't know if Ho Math would argue that that's the equivalent of settling on his graph, though, because you changed your standards to meet like
Well-
some standard.
Well, no, it's not a matter of settling. Some women have always wanted that. Like, that's just their thing.
Wait, women have always what?
So, some women have always wanted to date the
Name
equivalent of
McName
Shrek.
name celebrates
Okay.
9 months of membership.
Some
I
people
can't
think
think of
Shrek is fucking hot as fuck. Unironically, that is not settling for them. That is their type.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, he mostly talks about unhinged TikTok girlies who want top tier men and only complain about settling. Yeah. Well, those women are they're crazy. That's it. They're just
Yeah.
crazy. Like if you think you deserve a guy who makes 6 figures, there's something wrong. Like if you think you are owed that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the people who think that they're owed a certain type of person for a relationship are generally crazy people, because that's like the equivalent of like an incel.
Absolutely.
That's a femcel. Is a chick who's
It
like,
is.
I can't find a man, and then their like standards are like, he needs to make a shitload of money and also be handsome and also this.
Yeah, it's that what's it? It's like 6 inches, 6 figures.
Yeah, 6 inches, 6 figures, 6 feet.
6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like, honey, you make fucking TikTok videos. You're not getting that.
I think it's kind of crazy that the standard value for men was made by other men and not women. Like this guy's 10 probably is not a woman's 10, but he thinks his version of a 10 is what women want. Yeah,
Mhm.
what men think women want is not what women want, and what women think men want is not what men want. And despite all the conversation, nobody is listening to what other sides want at all. It just doesn't happen.
words, I will pretend that you deserve this if you pretend that I deserve this. That is also the reason that they call movie stars average. They don't believe it. It's a collective negotiation. That's why these women are
This
all
is insane. This is not.
What?
Men not listening to women. What else is new? That's okay. The women don't listen to me either.
It's true, I don't.
Hold on, let's see what the boy is cooking.
tens according to themselves, but when any men say that actual 10 is a 10, that's forbidden, because then if that's true, then they can't compete.
I don't.
It would be
Okay, I feel like in the year 2024, I don't even know where the patriarchal beauty standards come from, because I don't know a single, like, I literally don't have a guy friend where his like ideal woman, like they don't meet like the standards of what like the 10 woman would be either. Like I don't know a guy that like has that as like a thing that they want either. So I don't know where that comes from anymore. Right? Maybe there's like a set of people that think that, but literally not a single person in my group has like an opinion like that. Like not one. I don't know where it comes from.
It comes from guys like this. Like,
Well, yeah, okay, no, it does come
We're
from
just
guys like this.
spreading
Yes.
this information.
Yes. Like I don't know. Maybe there's like a place where these guys like all go work at like their 9-to-5 insurance job, and then they go watch The Office with their blonde 5'3" girlfriend who's like the pinnacle of everything they wanted in college or whatever the fuck. But like, Jesus Christ, my ideal woman is Latina, easy, cat based.
Also, Diesel, did you forget to finish your chess game?
No, he beat me.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I trained you better.
Nice if people would spontaneously match up according to their value, but they don't do that unless you make them. Because why would an
I feel like
average
people do
woman settle for-
spontaneously match up according to, well, not to their value, but to like what they're looking for. Like, I don't
Yeah.
see
That's
newlyweds.
not a value thing.
Like, I don't see newlyweds picking someone that they don't think is a 10. I mean, like, over time, they might fall out of love, but I think at the moment they think they're a 10.
Yeah. Like,
What
you're not
value?
gonna marry someone you don't think is, like, perfect, you know?
for an average man when she could throw herself at an athlete and baby trap him?
That's insane.
What?
That's insane. What?
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 What the fuck?
The chances of, like...
And that wouldn't happen so much if you hadn't gotten rid of shame, but you guys really insisted on that one. So, enjoy the competition.
I'm gonna need the
Okay, okay. I, like,
Bro.
those like weird, like, Machiavellian strategies are done by, like, insane people, which is, like,
Yeah.
which those kind of people are, like, that, a woman that does that is, like, a fucked up evil person, because they're just making problems for the child that they bring into the world, that's it.
Absolutely.
Like, they're just, they're literally a burden.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh...
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do believe, like, bullying needs to be brought back, but, like,
Oh, shit.
this is insane.
Like, I don't know, maybe... There's so much, like, you know, because, like, let's say a
There's
baby
just
trap
so
thing
much
happens,
going on,
right?
I can't,
This-
like, unpack it. Like, this is hard to process.
Okay, here's one about short kings, and I've been called a short person before, so let's get into it. Let's hear it.
It's me.
And then-
I called him that.
Well, I have been called short in many occasions as a 5'9" individual, right? But let's see. Embedo Moonbug for 5. Sometimes we don't always match up. It can be exponential growth over time that makes it a quote 10 to them, or it doesn't work out simple. Yeah, I don't know. You don't need to like overly complicate the dating market with fucking college algebra.
Yeah. And again, where are these statistics coming from?
Society.
Oh, we do live in one. We do be
short girls
living
to
in
start
one.
dating the short kings.
Well, that's
Wait, let me...
I'm gonna need the short girls to start dating the short kings.
We just watched this.
not gonna happen.
Oh,
Women-
wait, is it? No, this is a different one. Wait, what? Oh, I'm stupid.
I know.
Sex fight is an insane thumbnail. Let's see. Is there anyone that sticks out to you?
I'm intrigued of this red flag number 7 video.
Where's that?
It's
Oh, red flag.
second-
Oh,
yeah,
entitlement. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about something that's been really, really annoying me lately.
Oh my god, me too. I want to talk about it this much. I even made a book. The hard
That's insane. That's a crazy person thing. That was a crazy person thing.
Yes, absolutely.
This irradiates
He's
the
getting
dentist.
ready to publish this?
Dude, you can put anything in the fucking Barnes and Noble, bro.
covers out.
Jesus, why
So,
are we working
what
so
did
hard
you
on a
want to
book?
talk about?
I know.
Let's
Why?
just come up with bullshit.
I know. We could just do this and blame society for our source.
This is going to be Icks About Men, but single mom version.
Okay, so icks are different for single moms, I guess. Let's see how.
So something
What is?
Yes, different people have different icks.
It's like
Crazy.
it's like if you
Who
have a
could have
child,
thought?
like if you have a child, aren't your standards gonna be a little different? Like you're gonna want a guy who wants a kid anyway. Like that's gonna already take out a huge swath of the dating market. Period. It just is.
Yeah. And then they have to be okay with being around another guy's kids, which a lot of like single men just aren't.
Thing that's been getting under my skin, men not understanding what it means to be a single mom. I have my plate full to the maximum. I don't have free time. If you invite me out for a dinner, come on. You know I have things to do. I have a child to take care of. So you have to take that into consideration. Just don't invite me out to dinner and drinks. Get creative.
Okay, well, oh, I mean, you don't need to
Okay.
make a TikTok about it. Just be like, I'm busy. Can we do this instead while my kid's at school? Like, why is she making a TikTok about it?
Because it's like it's meant to be like a PSA, you know? But it's very poorly done.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just she's like mad condescending about it.
Yeah.
It's
like,
like,
Okay, honey,
hol-
men are stupid.
it's like,
like-
hold on, lady. Let me know your schedule when I ask you out. It's like I literally don't know your
Yeah.
schedule. That's why I'm asking
That's
you.
why you ask. Like, hey, can I take you to dinner? No, sorry, but I can do lunch. Okay, awesome. Like, what?
And do something that's going to be worth my time and effort.
Okay, so some women think that a coffee date is not sufficient for a first date, but you have elevated that to dinner and drinks not being enough for a first date. That's so that would be
I
an
feel like that wasn't what she said either. Right? Because that wasn't like the
No.
implication being a first date. It's like a
To be
We're
fair,
talking.
she did say she wanted something like quote unquote interesting,
mm-hmm.
which is like what do you
What do
mean
you
by
what do you
that?
mean by that? Yeah.
Right? I do get that, but there's still nothing wrong with like dinner in general. Okay. The problem I think is like a lot of like guys or like a lot of women, they're seeing these fucking weirdos like who are just putting forward like some really weird ideals. And then the other side is taking this as, oh, this is what every woman's like, because they're the ones that are getting all the attention on social media. So now we need to go and counter this with like some other weird opinions on social media. And it's just like a cycle, you know?
increase from normal standards. What else you got?
Unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on that date.
Okay, so it sounds like
I don't know, dude.
You can't just like ask your mum to babysit.
Maybe they don't have a good relationship with their mother. Come on.
You can't ask your best friend to babysit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Okay, if you like enter the dating market and you got a kid, like that's an expense that I'd assume you'd take into consideration.
Yeah.
And if it's like a first date, I wouldn't. Okay, like I understand going halvesies on a first date. I think that's like fine, right? But then in the same breath, I feel like that's like an expense you have to take on your own because you have a child.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Like this guy, he didn't ask for your kid. Why is he paying for it when you're not even like together yet?
What if he even like? There's a possibility she could have like. Let's say it's like a Hinge profile. What if she just didn't put her kid on there, and he's just getting blindsided by that?
Oh my god. I feel like nah, there's no way she's reacting like this and didn't tell him that she had a kid, right?
your icks are just heightened levels of need. You just need more, even though men typically view previous children as lowering of overall value. And
I don't know. There's some guys that really kind of like actually want that. They find it like they like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So like again, that's
Honestly,
like a generalization.
Having kids in a way is like a green flag because it shows that you can like handle the responsibility and stuff. Not all parents, obviously.
Mhm. Yeah,
but,
like we know a guy that's a single father, and
yeah, and
he's
he's
so
like
amazing. Holy shit.
he is the biggest flag. I
Yeah,
love
biggest
him.
green flag. Biggest green flag.
Therefore are less willing to hand it over.
So, moral of the story is, if she's a single mom, all I'm gonna say is, do better.
So if she's a single mom, do better, give more. That's not how men work. Why doesn't she know?
Just seems like an entitled asshole. Like, like I don't think she's like indicative of all single moms. Like Rina in the chat earlier was like, single moms who don't have trouble dating don't talk about it online. You know?
Mm.
That she really should. Everyone in her comments is telling her too many hurdles, this is a lot of work, is this real, this is insane, reference to the single mom song, moral of the story is run. And her other videos seem to show her not learning. I'm not sure if this is a joke account, but it seems like everyone gets it but her. Here she is even doing it at work. So the problem is that not everybody else gets it. Here's a guy pictured not getting it. I drew this relationship because I remember.
Okay, this is like this is like I'm crazy again, right? This is like not. This is mentally unwell behavior again. All these
Yeah.
like this guy. How long do you think it took him to draw that?
10 minutes.
Really, I'd say it was probably about 30 minutes. I think it was 30 minutes. I feel like he put work in it.
He did color it in.
Yeah, he
Okay, I'll
colored
give
it
you
in.
the
He didn't
coloring
color outside of
time.
the lines, right? Like there was
Yeah.
thought to the form, right? Like the form of it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like he spent more time on this than she spent on her TikToks, right? Like this maybe now. I would not be surprised if that young lady, either one is doing a satirical bit, but if she's not, she's probably just like a miserable person in real life. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a like he's generalizing it to all single mothers. So it's just like I don't know about that.
Yeah. It's just the like majority. Not the minority, that's the one. Fuck.
Remember being in it. Her singular focus on her own needs, primarily just having fun, felt to me like my inadequacy. I just hadn't given enough yet. The problem was that there was no such thing as enough. This was a one-way relationship. And that's not a girlfriend, that's a parasite. In a relationship,
What is
Very
even going
strong.
on here?
Very strong language there. Oh shit. I think if you're a guy and you start talking to a lady like this, unless you have zero self-confidence, you will select her out of the dating pool for you. Right? Like I
Yeah.
don't think you need like some fucking guy to tell you that someone like her is probably not going to be it for you, you know?
Obviously, yeah. Like,
when you give things, you have to get things that make it feel worth it. And in order for that to work, for you
Like
to
I don't look at a relationship as like a reciprocal like I
not
give
like a
you $10,
transaction
you
thing,
give me
right?
head. Like it doesn't work that way. I don't
No.
think it works that way at all. What the fuck?
It doesn't work that way.
Uh,
It's not, relationships aren't transactional. Like, ugh.
both be adding things, she has to want to give them. In that old relationship I had, she expected me to pay all the bills and rub her feet and do all the cooking and fix everything. And in exchange, she was just gonna go out with her friends without me. And I would say, hey, well, you know, when do I get anything back? And she would say, men aren't supposed to get anything back in relationships. And she said that was traditional. And that is not true. Women used to cook and
That's-
clean and take care of kids and rub clothes on a rough board, and she looks fine. But unfortunately, entitlement seems really common these days, and you don't have to put up with it. And of course, that goes both ways. A situationship is where a man gets all the benefits of being in a relationship without giving very much back. And here's how that's going.
that was really loud.
That
it's
that
just
was
like,
kind of loud.
like in the dating, in the dating market, both like the genders just need to have more self-confidence. Like that's really the gist of it,
Mhm.
right? Where it's like
Yeah.
if you're like miserable and hate yourself, you're gonna end up bringing in people that are miserable and also hate themselves, and you're both gonna be fucking
Mhm.
miserable, and everything's gonna suck, and
Mhm.
that's it.
But
That's as
I feel like a lot of like people they go in they're already miserable and they try and get
yeah.
into a
They're like
relationship
using a
expecting
relationship as like
partner,
a
yeah, to
crutch.
fix all their problems.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. You're just gonna bring your partner down with you. Get yourself sorted first. How can you expect other people to love you when you don't even love yourself?
See, and
You know?
and the thing is, it's
Like,
like when Hal says that, she's not saying like the pejorative of like, oh well, you need to be perfect, you need to have everything in order. We're
no,
not saying having
absolutely
everything
not.
in order, but it's like you need to like
You need to be in a state of mind where you can
you need to be
handle,
self-confident enough to not sit down
yeah,
with the person who's gonna be like, I need $100 for a babysitter before I go on a date. Like,
yeah, exactly.
okay. Listen, duck whackers, you think I'm like I'm like, you know, fucking doing this thing where I'm like pause Andying like semanticsing him. He's doing the same fucking thing. Okay? I don't get where the love is or the affection. He's really just not putting a good foot forward. All right. And I did what you said, where I'm looking at these short videos. It hasn't changed that at all. Right. And I get it. It's like, oh, well, he's saying it happened to him. Yeah, I'm certain everybody's had like crazy bad relationship stories. It's a thing that's normal. It's how we go through life and try to find people that are worth spending the rest of our life
Yeah.
with. Right. But it's like, it's so you're being so fucking soy. You're being soy as fuck. Like, it's just so fucking cringe. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, shit.
Yeah. Like people learn from experiences. Like you have a bad relationship. Oh, I don't want that anymore.
I'm not
Okay,
saying that
cool.
people should have to
Like,
put up with like annoying fucking relationships, right? But they're like a part of
yeah,
life, and they kind of help you figure out what it is you're exactly looking for, or like what's like appropriate for you, right? But mathing it out is like
it's
it is
insane.
quite
It's
literally
insane.
it is quite literally like at the barest definition, like the sign of like somebody who is not mentally stable. Okay, like you don't need this. Okay, a guy getting self-confidence does not require some fucking idiot on the internet telling you what is or isn't okay for you. You should be able to figure that out. And if you can't figure that out as a guy, that's a problem with you. And if you go to all these fucking weirdos on the internet, I'm sorry. Maybe it's true. Maybe you are a low value man. All right? I didn't need to do all of this to be confident or like love myself. It's fucking simple. It really is. It's not that complicated. Like and then if you hate yourself, maybe do yourself a favor, go to sleep, or maybe eat some food, or maybe stand outside, because maybe you just like you got all your fucking chemicals out of whack. I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, fuck, dude. Or and better yet, don't go on Tinder. All right, like take some
Like,
self
Tinder's
accountability for
terrible.
yourself. Like I don't know what to
Tinder's
say. Like fucking people want everything just fucking handed to them. Like I. Oh my god.
And you know what? Guilty. I used to do these all the time. I thought we were changing relationships. I thought it was a new era. Turns out we're just taking advantage of each other, trying to get something without giving. So, in a changing world where we're all meeting strangers instead of people we know through friends, work, family, college, bar, that one can die, I don't care. That's where I met this girl. It's up to you to recognize when you're getting the me treatment and stop doing this.
Like, and then I don't even think like the whole like self entitlement thing. I don't even think it's like just a strictly relationship thing. I think people feel like they're owed things, but that's not. It's just not how the world works. And I don't really know where that came from. And I think it might be boomers imparting that on millennials. So maybe that's a generational thing. That's definitely like I don't even know if that's like a societal thing. Let me know if there's anybody from like Eastern Europe or like China or something in the chat. Like, is it the same? Is there that same like entitlement from like the millennial generation or what? Because I kind of see it from coming from there. Gen Z are all just miserable, so they keep going for like Discord e-girl kittens that like want to get foot pics and shit. But like that's a completely different discussion. But it seems like this is targeted towards millennial men, if I'm being frank.
Mode a stream with a large group.
This is giving me fucking brain pain.
Agreed. I have a headache just looking at some of this.
All right, we're gonna listen to his theory of everything, but first I need to take a piss. I apologize again.
Again?
I'm sorry.
Already?
I drank like a G Fuel and a Gatorade because I was sore and I needed, and it salt helps. Listen. Said-
Diesel. Go and get your bladder checked.
But by the way, if you look at Greg's profile in the server, I gave him the Discord banner that gives him Jury's feet from Street Fighter. But I'll be right back.
Okay, hold
Oh,
on.
no, I can't hear
need
you.
to go check that out. Chat. How's everyone doing today?
Fuck.
Well,
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Diesel, I'm not talking to you.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
off. I'm
All
talking
right,
to the
all right.
chat. Yeah, go pee. Fucking piss schooner. You know, Cat, I would love to play chess with you. DM me your thing. Let's play some chess. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Cram. That's so sad. I have been bullying him to get the watermelon. He doesn't listen. He keeps saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." He's not doing it. I don't think he wants to pay the off-season price for it, but I'm gonna keep pushing it for you guys. Right, I'll put him in the doghouse if he doesn't get it by the end of next week. Shall we say that?
Hello.
You didn't wash your hands.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
'cause
I
I know
did.
how
They're
long
white.
it takes
They're
you when
wet.
you wash your hands.
They're wet. My hands are wet.
Let me pull up the thing. Show the camera. They don't look wet. Go wash your hands.
Are you
again.
fucking kidding me? I literally see water right here on my hands. Okay.
Chat, call him a piss schooner. Shame him.
Oh my god. Okay. I feel like so like, you know, they have this like a whole subgenre of like dating content for like every single kind of person out there, right? And it's
Mhm.
all like they always try to like sell you a thing, right? Or they always have like a big like theory of things. I feel like it's creating like you create a problem and then sell people the solution, right? And it's just like overly
Mhm.
complicating like romance for no reason.
Absolutely.
The bad boy attachment is measured here, and for men, I tried to show that lust exists here, but that love grows as we like you more. And that's pretty much the whole chart, which people have found helpful. The new version is what I would call all fleshed out. Let's go over the details. First of all, I added text to explain how to use the chart. Second of all, I organized everything at 90-degree angles, which are my favorite. The last version
Okay. Okay.
Just say you're autistic, mate. There's nothing wrong with it. Jesus.
version was a little bit sloppy,
You
and a
think
lot of
he
people didn't
sat
notice
there
some
with his
details like
fucking...
He had a protractor out.
Yeah, just...
You know, one of those right angle things. He's like, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
how this is a speech bubble for what we let people know about, and this is a thought bubble for what we keep secret. So I left that out here, and I just went ahead and wrote public and secret. Finally, I fleshed out all of the details of each category, and that comes at the expense of the illustrations. Like, there's no room for a brain here, but I think this is more clear. So I'm going to go
No.
through Zones version 3 as if
No.
you've never seen it before, as a refresher or for anyone new. First of all, these are the male and female sides. They are divided by this center line, which is the only double line on the chart. These inner boxes here and here, with the meters next to them here, here, and here, are the types of evaluations that men make about women and that women make about men. These boxes next to the meter are the qualities that men look for when they are
I do
evaluating
like
women.
the version with more pictures. I feel like this is harder to read. I feel like this is a
Yeah.
downgrade from the old one.
This, like, it's just...
It's like
There's so much going on. It's too
Yeah.
much information for one page.
this is
okay?
like those like jokes where they're like the left can't
Even-
meme and it's a big wall of text.
Do they not, like... teach you how to present information in a way that is like
Well, like somebody said in a
readable.
chat earlier, if this was a school project, you'd get an A. His math teacher would have loved this.
Yeah.
So you just add the total of how a man feels about a woman's body, personality, purity, and the bonus things that barely matter. There's a cabinet. And you get the total attraction, which determines where he's going to place her. I kept the lust and love elements.
This is
When I look
unhinged.
at a woman, I'm like doing arithmetic to determine her number.
Basically the same, and I have arrows now pointing to the meters that they represent. So in men, the more that we are attracted to a woman, the more lust we are going to have. But in men, we can experience
He explained that with such a clerical attitude. It's so fucking funny.
I know.
The more you are attracted to a woman, the more you want to sleep with her. Yes, yes.
Congratulations. You've done
Uh,
basic life. Well done.
attraction with zero or negative attachment, which usually does not happen in women. Women can be attached to men for these reasons, or for these reasons, or for
I
both.
don't know. I don't know. I feel like men would easily take a woman that they find 10 attractive, but like she's completely unstable, right?
Yeah.
Like I've known guys who like I turn to my friend and I'm just like, she is crazy. She will literally stab you in your sleep. Like I had a friend who that happened to, and now he's a single father. Unrelated to the other guy that we said was a green flag.
But for men, if we really like you, then we want you forever. If we only kind of like you, then we want you for now. And if we don't like you at all, but something sometimes feels better than nothing, then we want to forget. I should also mention Zones accounts only for attraction-based relationships and not for other forms of love like spiritual connections, arranged marriages, old married couples, or anything like that. If I included those, we'd have to get into some kind of crazy
This
cube.
is literally the Time Cube website. This is the Time Cube website, dude.
It is.
Holy
It's-
shit.
This is unhinged.
Maybe next year. So I created this visualization because this is something that I want women to learn. Just because men are sleeping with you does not mean that we're attached, and in fact, we could be. Very
I feel like women could also do that too. I mean,
We
yeah,
absolutely
well,
can.
that he delineates that on the chart, but he specifies it more for women. But I feel like you could also specify it for men as well, right? I don't think
Hmm.
like I feel like if you're going to specify it for women, you could specify it for men too. So simplifying the men's side, I don't necessarily agree with, because I'd argue that it can be just as complicated as the women's side.
Mhm.
be unattached. I called this chart zones because it's based off the idea of the friend zone. I'm using language that we already understand. I did the same with these boxes. I based them off the idea of she's a keeper. If they rhyme, it's easier to understand. So the keeper is the one you marry, and you keep her forever. The sleeper is the one who is nice to have around, but you never quite know what the future is going to be, and the sweeper is the one that you regret and don't want anyone to know about. So when men are evaluating women, we think of you in terms of the best I could ever get, the bottom line for what I would commit to. Right here is the public secret line, the dotted line. These are the ones that we want to be seen with and the ones that we don't. This is the line where we would see her again or not. And then below this line, we would be
Imagine being the worst I'd see again. That's rough. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
These like clerical boxes to describe. I mean, it's like dudes will hook up with someone they definitely shouldn't be, and they constantly keep doing it, but then also not tell people. So it's like I see it, like that happens. Dudes work like
Mhm.
that. But it's just very strange to put it out like this because it makes you look like a crazy person.
Yeah.
not interested in even one shameful secret. And the way that we evaluate how attracted we are is through what's in these boxes. First, you have the body, obviously very important. I changed that from looks because it's more than looks. This is not a comprehensive list. None of these are. It's just to give you an idea about what body means. Different men like different body types. Sometimes we like your voice. We like women of different, body types, different levels of fitness. Some men like women thicker. We like different qualities in your face, your hair, how you wear your hair.
Okay,
Pheromones,
he's just explaining what a type is. Well done.
This
You've
is
done it.
this is so autistic. I don't even think it's done with like an intention to be like bad. I think he's like really trying to break into like the like like the was it Plato's ideals, right? Where they're like it exists in an ethereal plane, and that's like the idea of a chair, right?
Mhm.
He's like doing Plato's ideas for like a relationship and what people like. And it's like the idea of a type, the idea of a situationship, right? And it's like with those platonic ideals that exist like in a form that we cannot comprehend, right? Like it's just very
It's-
strange.
It's yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
put in quotes because I don't think it's technically pheromones that we have, but it functions the same. It's how you like the smell of the other person. It has a lot to do with attraction and personal chemistry and so on. It's just body. Second is personality, and that is again not a comprehensive list, just everything about her personality. Who she is, where she's from, how
He
she
thinks Axe body spray works. No, I don't know if you guys have ever heard it or like you just like how your partner smells and shit. Like I don't know how that works, bro. Some people like the stinky.
I mean, some people do, I guess. Yeah.
He's explaining boy smell to me.
Listen,
treats you as
I'm
she
not gonna lie. Some guys, they smell a certain way, and it gets me acting unwise.
See?
But
Uh,
listen,
yeah, Fernando H. I don't think it's malicious. I think his fixation is math and relationships as a concept. Yeah, I think he's like actually like obsessed with trying to mathematically explain the concept of a human relationship.
you know, there was a book. It was like a teen book, where there was a guy that did this. Not this exactly, but something similar.
Mm.
I think it's called An Abundance of Catherines. And he literally does this. And when you read it, it's like, oh, this is funny, quirky, ha ha ha. When you see it, it's like, what the fuck?
It's funny and quirky in a book, but it's unsettling and alarming in real life. He's like
Yeah.
Sheldon Cooper. That's a really great example.
That
Like
is an
this would be a
amazing
Big Bang Theory
example.
like a Big Bang Theory bit where Sheldon is
something-
like drawing like the Venn diagram, and he's like, Leonard, you want to be here in the middle, and it's like two sides on each end.
Oh, you know what this reminds me? This is like okay. It's funny when it's fiction. This is not funny in real life.
I'm having
It's
a
weird
lot.
in real
I'm
life.
having a lot more fun now.
I bet you are.
Uh,
Are we gonna get this guy to kill himself too?
yeah, I mean, I'm hoping I can collect 5 by the end of the year.
Yeah,
I'm
you need
counting
to get
2
that
mad in there.
right.
Okay, so I have 2.
Yeah, of course.
supportive, helpful, reliable, interesting, smart? Is she into the same things as you? What kind of person is she, and what's it like to be with her? Purity, I changed from other men because it is, again, more comprehensive. It has more
I don't.
to it.
Okay. I feel like men after the age of 25, if you care about somebody's body count, you're a baby. In my opinion, who gives a fuck,
Mhm.
bro? Honestly,
Yeah.
it's not like you're not gonna have sex with her, and it's not gonna be like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. That's a lie. That doesn't exist. You're fucking stupid. You don't know how a vagina works. There, simple.
than just other men. Purity is all about your history of loyalty. Do you have any baggage? Do you dress modestly, or are you running around with your clothes off at midnight? A lot of guys care about
I mean, who isn't?
Right.
I like to feel the breeze between my knees.
body count that would go in here. One thing a lot of men care about is a woman's innocence. A lot of modern women don't accept that. They say it's infantilizing, but men appreciate purity and innocence in
I
women
don't-
for evolutionary reasons.
I don't even. I've never like if I heard one of my guy friends talk about how like innocent the woman was, I'd be like, "What you do? You fly on Jeffrey Epstein's fucking plane? Like, what's the fuck's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what do you got the Lolita Express in your back pocket? What's going on?"
And it's not going away. Purity also includes, is she exclusive? Does she cheat? Has she cheated before? Is she polyamorous? Does she have kids from other guys? Does she have
Cloudy and Fauci taking the poly stray, bro.
What's your opinion on this, guys?
Shit. Yeah, I've only ever seen lolicons talk about innocence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Polly mentioned drink.
guy friends? Here's her guy friend.
You know, when we were in the VC with Cloudy and Fauci, and I think that might have been you weren't there. I was hanging out, and everybody was chatting, and I was learning like new words for poly, like there's like all these extra words, like people are trying to make it sound like less like what's the word when something is like kind of scandalous, they're trying to make it sound less scandalous with like more verbose language, right? Like it wasn't like consensual non-monogamy was one of them. There was another where it was like trying to portray it like it was just very strange, the language they were using. I can't remember. It was like very big language to describe the same thing.
If you've ever had a girlfriend, you know how that feels. And then finally, cabinet I changed to bonus because it's easier to understand, but I still drew the cabinet.
Oh, ethical non-monogamy. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, ethical non-monogamy. It sounds like you're like free range, or like you're sourcing them from the local co-op, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you go to the farmer's
It's like
market.
you're comparing it with chickens, you know?
Yeah. You go to the farmer's market every Sunday to pick up an ethical non-monogamous.
It's funny. Bonuses don't matter very much to men. The best example is if she has a really convenient apartment. That is something that would be cool, but it doesn't matter a lot to men, but it might matter a lot to women.
Motherfucker, you could be homeless. I don't even think that registers. Oh, man.
That's why their bonus section is galaxy. They might say things like, "Oh my god, he has all the right stuff in the perfect place." You might get a few points from that, but not here. You might if you have the perfect apartment and you're here, you might go like this. It doesn't do a lot. So men basically just evaluate all these things about women and then add them to get how attracted we are to her. And then that's just her score. And that's how it works. Men are simple. So a lot of people talk about box theory.
I feel like men can. No, I feel like it should still be two axes. Like I feel like it comes apart because I really do think men can gauge someone on their attractiveness versus their personality, and they're willing to sleep with someone basis on looks, right? Like I think separating it that way is like weirdly arbitrary, for no reason.
Yeah.
Zones version 1. Box theory basically says once we evaluate you, you're in a box and you're not getting out. I don't believe that's true. I think women can move around, but I also think that it's definitely easy to move down and difficult to move up. I'm going to explain that more in Self-Maximize, but basically, if we meet you and we see you and we think that you're somewhere in here, and then we observe your behavior and you fall down to here,
Can you imagine
you're going to need to do
trying to form a relationship based on this chart. I'm really intrigued.
You know,
I might try and test it.
it's the Family Guy.
okay?
It's the Family Guy skin tone indicator, but for relationship.
Anytime like my friend wants to like get in a relationship, I'm pulling this up and I want to see what it would be. Because that would be really interesting, I think. It is like a game show, yeah.
A lot of personal work.
I feel like the movement on the scale is like very dependent, like just on perspective. Like I feel like you actually move up or down not on the basis of society, but the person viewing you. Schrodinger's hoe, if you will. You know, like it depends, like at that moment.
To move back up. If you have deeply rooted personal habits
The only time body
that
count would even
we
come up as
evaluate
negative
as
emo
not
is if
being
it's some
keeper
astronomically high
material,
number that
those are
almost seems
usually
impossible.
deep things about yourself that you're going to have to change. And most people simply do not do that. Watch my video of this name, this one right here. So if you're a woman, changing your personality and purity habits can change your score a lot, and so can your body. If a man thinks that a woman
As a
is
guy, you should, if you have good habits, it'll probably also change your score a lot, but we haven't gotten to the women's side, so you know. We'll see see how he breaks that down.
We'll see how it goes, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this should be like a tag team thing. Like, you know, like I have a woman here, you know, I need the woman's representation.
an amazing person but isn't attracted to her for reasons that she could change, that can move her from here to here. So these 3 boxes are very important. This one not so much. Finally, on the male side, I added these friend indicators. So basically, if we are friends with a woman and then she gains attraction to us, or if it was always there and then circumstances change, then most of the time, usually, and I'll explain that later, usually you just pop into these boxes or you don't. So if we like a friend this much, she goes in. If we like her this much, she pretty much all the time will just go in. And if we like her this much, it's questionable. It depends on a lot. Do I want to do this or not with someone I'm friends with? It's very complicated. And if we like her this much and we're friends with her and she starts displaying interest, we might just stop being
It's like I get how it's like, you know, circumstances change, so like they're a friend, but then they get moved into a box, right? Like I get that, but like when you say it, it makes you sound like a piece of shit.
This is unhinged, okay?
Right,
This
like-
guy should feel unhinged.
Like I've had friends where it's like, you know, like, oh, I'm attracted to them, but like circumstances at the time, like, oh yeah, can't be together, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then like my opinion of it doesn't change. I just, you know, be an adult about it, and I don't like turn around and be like, I've needed to profess my love to... Like that doesn't happen because that's insane, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But like when he
Especially,
words it
like-
out like this, it makes it look
It
really
makes it-
fucked up. But that is kind of how guys think. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
friends with
It's-
her.
Oh, go ahead.
It's just insanity. This is just autism accumulating, you know?
The way that
I feel like when
experience
this guy made... Sorry, I'm yapping.
No, you're
When
being
this guy
pause,
made
Andy.
this thing... Yeah, I'm being a pause, Andy. It's the equivalent of when I get fucking fixated on a weird game. Like, this is the equivalent of me playing Valorant. Like...
this is if we are friends and then you express interest in me, then I might not want to have you around because if we did anything, then I wouldn't want anyone to know about it, and sometimes I give in to temptation, as do many men, it happens. So if you are a woman, you can use these indicators to understand how a man feels about you and what you need to change in order to change his mind. Okay, now for the female side. Women are complicated. So again, men have only 1 meter. These are not
And then when you fill up the meter, you get your special.
It's like a fucking fighting game.
separate. Men can be very physically attracted to somebody, but not very attached at all. Women, on the other hand, experience attraction along one axis and attachment along two. So this is your bad boy score, and that is her total attraction to you. And this is your good guy score, and that is the total amount of provision and
Hi, cat.
Hi, cat.
Can we
This
get
is
another woman on here
insanity.
for like the woman panel? We're having we're peer reviewing.
I know Mishi's in here. Why didn't you grab her as well?
Ladies, are we getting in here? Come on.
Let's get the girly council
Girly
together.
council, please. You've been called.
I summoned the girly council.
Hop into waiting in my server, cat. Mishi might have fallen asleep. Oh, you sound far away.
Mishi is probably.
Oh, I
fallen
sound far
asleep.
away?
Oh no, now you're good. Now you're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
We're examining the matrix of relationships on a graphed out zone by a guy who may or may not be insane.
oh no.
He's insane.
I
This
can't
is
even
like
begin to
borderline
describe it to you.
schizophrenic.
This guy, okay, he tries to explain the concept of relationships using math, basically. Like the conceptual idea of a relationship. Okay.
I feel like he thought this looked really like clear and easy to understand and stuff.
Mhm.
But then like he came across looking like that one guy with like the board and all the fucking red lines are pointing at the different places. Like,
Honestly, if
Yeah, the
Mix-Up,
Pepe
like,
Sylvia
don't-
clip from Always Sunny.
yeah.
he shouldn't have shown this to the world. It wasn't ready yet.
It no, don't.
So we just finished the man side and how men view women. And I elaborated on it, right? I mean, I would argue that I do think men think in boxes. We do, right? We think of one thing at one time, right? We don't like think of multiple things, and maybe there's like one line between those, but we don't do like multiple lines, right?
Mhm.
It's just how guys think, right? And then one of the points he made is like if you're friends with a woman, you're somewhere on like their scale of like, would I sleep with you? Would I be in a relationship with you or not? And then maybe circumstances change. So you get put into one of the positions on their like attraction scale on the basis of those things, right? I mean, yeah, is there like friends I'm attracted to? Yes, but like the way when you explain it, it makes you sound like a really unhealthy person.
Oh my god. It's just it's
The
so
more you
intricate.
watch it, the more you're gonna like understand how unhinged
Yeah,
this shit
yeah.
is.
So he argues that women exist on two scales, right? So from a 0 to 10 on security and 0 to a 10 on attraction, right?
Mm.
And to be like husband material, you need to be high attraction and high security, right?
Right, you
That's
only
what
need to be
women need.
middling attraction, actually.
Yeah, a middling attraction, right? You slide up and down on a scale, but he's going to explain that.
protection and comfort and friendship and security that she gets from you. In my opinion, the biggest problem in dating right now is that men are told if you are nice to her, then she will be attracted to you, but that is not what causes attraction. So a lot of guys will say things like, hey,
Ladies, does being nice cause attraction, yes or no?
Yes, obviously. You don't want to be with a guy who's gonna treat you like shit. Duh.
Yeah, like I mean, you do want him to be nice, obviously.
What is there like a point where it's like way too nice? Like what is that?
I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah,
you don't want
there
to
is-
overdo it.
There is a point where you overdo it, but in general, like say a guy I like, he's like, oh, your eyes look really pretty. I'm like, oh my god, you're being
Yeah.
so nice.
You don't want to be like sitting there being like nice just because you want to get something out of
Yeah.
her. Or make her
And
think that you're-
also, like, they have to be like genuinely nice. It can't be with like the
Yeah, it's
expectation
like
that I'm gonna be nice, therefore you're gonna like me, and we're gonna go out.
there's like a difference between genuine kindness and the
Oh my god,
transactional
Greg,
kindness.
thank you. Oh my god.
when I look at this is like what overthinking looks like.
This is just insanity.
Like the like yeah, that transactional niceness, like the quote unquote nice
Yeah.
guy, the Reddit nice guy, right? Where they expect sex in turn of
Yeah.
given, yeah.
Hey, I
That is
spend time with you. I
absolutely.
spend money on you. I'm not known for being a bad guy or a criminal. I don't have any other girls around me. Why aren't you attracted to me? Because those are not the things that make women attracted to you. So the good guy score is made up of 4 boxes. The first one is investment. That means spending money on her, providing for her, spending time with her, getting to know.
Jesus. This is a lot.
This is so much to unpack.
I didn't know that
Oh,
women were
jeez.
just so complicated. You needed a whole graph.
No, you
Man.
guys can
No,
be,
there's a graph
listen,
for men as well.
you guys don't,
It's
I
just
spend a
simpler.
lot of time with the girlies, right? And I have
Mhm.
I've like learned like the inner machinations of the woman's mind, chat. You don't understand, right? There's some wild things that I've never realized are like big things that women find important. But like this is really fucking difficult to even parse down. It's so incomprehensible.
Well, Diesel, you were saying recently that like from spending so much time with women lately, you're sort of starting to realize that no, we kind of just want the same things as you
No, yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Like,
that's true. Yeah, I've realized that it's kind of like you want the same things. And it might be because we're all in the same age range, right?
yeah.
But like I don't think
Yeah.
none
Give
of
me one
you
sec, I'll be right back, but keep yapping.
like expect something outrageous. Well, one of you does. I won't say which one.
Wait a minute.
I think one of you has interesting standards, but that's neither here nor there.
Wait.
Uh,
You can just say what I want to know. I want to know. I think I know, but I want to know.
but it's just like I don't even I don't know, right? Because society tells a guy, like it tells me, like I should be nice,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
he's saying, "Oh, being nice has nothing to do with it." So is it do you find a guy more safe if he's nice, or do you find a guy attractive because he is nice, right? Or are those things not mutually exclusive? Because
They're
he
not-
seems to argue it's mutually exclusive.
You know,
They're not mutually
it's
exclusive.
really it should just be simple. Like, oh, just be yourself and be a
Yeah,
decent
we're
human
not
being. Not
that's not what's going on here. We're talking about like in general, if yourself is really nice, is that going to make you more dateable than someone who's yourself is calling you a fucking cunt? You know?
Why not just be nice to be nice? Why is it to impress a girl? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Real.
Well, yeah,
Real.
like
The
that's what
second
I.
you think about being nice in terms of whether or not it'll get you laid, you've already lost the game. Because
Legit.
I don't know how the ladies can just tell, like when it's like a transactional kindness.
It's a sixth sense built into all of us, okay?
That's kind of why I'm like, why don't you just be a decent human being, be yourself? Like, it's not that complicated. Like, if they're gonna like you for you, not because you followed some.
That's why like this comes off as like, you know, a guy in their early 20s I could see looking at this and being like, makes sense to me. But like the second you get a little bit older, you realize that it's like, oh, I should just like not be an asshole because it makes things difficult,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Her
Wait.
emotionally.
Oh, never mind.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Are you
I
in the
was
live?
reading the.
He's gonna
Yeah,
read
I was
through
just
them all.
okay.
Bonding with her, supporting her emotionally, financially. A lot of men think that investment is all about money, and it's not. There are a lot of guys who are dead broke and they moved across the country for her or changed religions or something, and that gave them a big boost. The next one is presentability. That's how good she looks to be seen with you. So that is, do you take care
I
of
feel
your
like that's the same for guys though. Like there's a presentability factor for men as well,
Yeah.
you know? And a lot of that presentability is determined by like your social circles or like society writ large or like your family, your upbringing, all that, right? So it's like
your ability to be presentable matters for both, especially if you're both looking for the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Appearance and your hygiene. Are you a likable guy? Do you have social skills? Think of this box like Mr. Rogers, one of the most likable people ever. He's had a great reputation. That's a big good guy score. Then there's
Mr.
loyalty.
Rogers is a really bad example, I think. He's like a
It's
grandpa.
also a character. It's not even like he.
Yeah, but the real Mr. Rogers has been said to be like an actual great person. That's like the thing, yeah.
This is one of the most confusing things about women because in these relationships, women need you not to have other girls. But in these relationships, sometimes it can make you more attractive to her through something
So,
called
like-
mate choice copying, which I have videos about. If you have other, where is it? If you're popular with other women. Basically,
This
Okay.
Is a let's break that one now.
Okay.
Popularity with other women. If a
So-
man is being chased.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is a thing that I saw it on another TikTok, but it's from a girl, yeah. And she was basically saying, yeah, if men are being chased or they're in a relationship, they've been vetted by other women and it makes them more desirable to like you. And like I don't think like
Mm-mm.
that's true.
No, I don't think so either.
Like it's just like
That doesn't even cross my mind when I'm like
yeah.
interested in somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just God, this guy doesn't even like it's not
He doesn't understand like women at all, and it's
No.
showing a lot right now.
Uh,
Yeah. It's weird.
Jesus.
It's like, I
Like-
want to have
like-
that guy. He's the rare Funko Pop.
No, no, it's not like that. We don't think of men as collectibles.
Yeah.
He's a very Machiavellian view of the world, actually, to be honest.
I wonder what he's like amongst friends.
I don't think he has any.
these guys
True.
wouldn't have gotten this reaction if all the other girls didn't already like them. It's when women like you, women like you. There's a great old Patrice O'Neill stand-up comedy special called Elephant in the Room where he talks about this. He basically explains that you need to prove that you can get women so she's attracted to you, but then don't actually get them so she doesn't leave you. Women are complicated. Don't lose hope though. For most women, it's enough just to see that other women are jealous that she has you. So be
I've heard people say because I have a YouTube channel, I have like a weird advantage in the dating market. But I've heard stories where like YouTubers try and open, like they're at a club. This happened. Memulus did this. He was trying to hook up with a chick at the club, and he was saying how he was a famous YouTuber. She was like, "I have no idea who you are."
Yeah.
Like that's just the most like I don't like the idea of the Beatles. Like I think people found them attractive for many reasons. I don't think it was just the fact that they were popular men that
Oh
brought them
no,
all
man,
the
it
affection.
wasn't the haircut.
No, it was James Marriott. It could have been either of them, to be honest. Could have been either of them.
Yeah. But sorry.
be something that women want to steal from her, but then don't let yourself get stolen. That's it. It's not that hard. Just be cool. So to keep your good guy score high here, you just have to be trustworthy and loyal and have a good history, just like in Purity. Finally, the bonus for women is a
Yeah, but
galaxy.
then why not call it loyalty? Because saying purity implies like some weird like virginal
Yeah.
sacredness.
because it matters a lot. You will hear women from time to time just gab and gab about it. He's got this thing and he lives here and he does that and he's from here, blah 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 blah. They like this. If you have a lot of the things that she wants you to have in here, it can bump your score up by a significant amount. So the bonus again is kind of things that you have rather than things that you are, which would go here and here and here and here. And again, just like men, you add up how she feels about these aspects of you, and that will determine how secure she feels with you and what kind of relationship she wants.
I don't think like okay, so conveniences is like he's in a good location for me. I guess distance determines like whether or not a person will date you, right? So that
Yeah.
matters like a lot. So I don't know why that's like it doesn't matter for men, because I feel like it matters a lot.
It
I don't
matters on both ends.
I
you
don't know
know?
many young men. Maybe there's a lot. I think you know what? I actually
don't
know a lot
know.
of guy friends who would upend their entire lives for a girl. I could see them all doing that.
I don't know, man. I've been rejected by guys like after I moved across the country before because like I lived too far away all of a sudden. So like it does matter to men as well.
Yeah, this entire thing just boils down to he's generalizing too much.
He's just generalizing everything.
Or it's like what your possessions like. I feel like if you're somebody who is, I don't think any of us here think that possessions should matter. I really don't think it does.
No.
Like, I've never heard either of you say any of those things matter.
No.
No.
Most men need to work on this more than this. A lot of
Oh my-
modern men have this ridiculous idea that women are just
Bad boy score.
not as sexual, like all women are this all the time. And I promise you, if you ever make it past
This is so insane.
What is this graph now?
You can't just throw out a
Yeah.
new graph. Like, I understand it. I need like to take a college education in this.
Wow. He's doing that. He's
This
giving us all
line-
this education for free.
I know, dude.
I
into the
know.
range
I
where a
learned
lot of
so
women
much.
find you attractive, you will find out how wrong that is. So a lot of men will spend their time and energy being nice and then wonder why women are not attracted. And it's because you're not attractive. Women like the same things we do. Women
can't
are
be real.
into body, maybe even more than men in some ways. They like different body types. Women are into height, which is something most men don't care about. Women have
That's bullshit, dude. That is so bullshit. I hear way too much how dudes want like a tall goth mommy and all that bullshit to say that
Yeah.
height isn't a factor for men.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does he mean that men don't care about height? Like you said, you've heard us. We all are very much the same when it comes to things we want in life.
sensitivity to men's voices and their hands and different
Okay,
aspects.
Yeah,
but to be fair, no one wants to date someone whose voice fucking annoys the shit out of them.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
wants to wake up with that.
These are all obvious.
No, no one wants to wake up and be like,
You dude cut out. That's how bad it was. They
Yeah,
silence out.
yeah, yeah.
Dude.
That the hands is an interesting one. How he delineates that. There's like a yaoi thing with hand. I don't really know where that's come
No,
from, but I've seen that come up before.
The hands thing is real.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
Hazel, you've already failed at doing one of the things on this graph. Can you figure out what it is?
Hygiene.
but
Facts
yeah.
about their faces. When men evaluate women physically, we just kind of go, "Oh, she's hot," and then we're done. Women will talk endlessly about
I don't know about that either. I don't know about that. I don't think it's like a whatever. We're gonna be pause-andying forever.
little details about men's bodies. I had a woman tell me recently that my shoulder muscles attached to my shoulders in a way that was sexy. Who even thinks of it?
She wanted to cut you up and eat you, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was
I don't know. Well,
weird
that's like
one.
because I've heard things like that before. It's more like they're like it's
Okay,
someone
and
expanding on your hotness.
I've heard men say that they're into fucking armpits. So
Yeah,
like,
it goes both ways. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Well, they're not. Well, it's the difference between like the angle of your armpit is attractive, right? That's what he's trying to like get at, right? That's like not. That was a different argument that he's making, in my opinion, from what I'm reading there, right? But that woman was just trying to say you're built in a way that I find attractive. That was it. She was just extrapolating a lot, but that's all that meant. It didn't mean
Yeah.
anything deeper than that. It was a really verbose way to say the same thing.
Yeah.
They do. And of course, there are some things you can't really fix. You can't do much about your height or your face. But if you're a man and you're not taking care of your fitness and you're not perfectly fresh every time you leave the house and you're
Like
standing
washing
and
your
walking like
fucking
you don't care about your
hands.
Oh my god, I washed my hands the second time I pissed, okay? And I use hand sanitizer both times, okay?
Mhm.
Wow, moving up in the world.
I've been fucking maintaining my hygiene.
yourself, and you have to dress properly too, which is not difficult. I'll go over it in self-maximize. But if you're a man and you're not maximizing this aspect of
I
your
don't know. I will say I definitely feel like I have to maintain a level of fitness, but I don't know how much of that is society versus my own self-image issues, but I'm not
I
going to
mean,
blame
it's
anybody for it but
probably
myself.
it's probably both, but again, some women like fucking dad bods. Some women like fucking skinny dudes.
Some women
Some women
want
like
to
bulk fucking
Nikocado.
Koji. Some women want Nikocado. Like, you know, it's personal preference.
Nikakoto's skinny now.
He's skinny
yourself,
now,
you
yeah.
Yeah.
you are leaving this on the table and you are doomed to be here forever. So for men, we like a lot of things about women's personalities, and some of those things are universal and some of them are very specific to your personality. And women are kind of like that too. Everyone's different, but they have much higher requirements in particularly this personality area. This is the hardest spot on the chart. It's the most difficult one to master. I called this section masculinity. I broke it down into competence and confidence. Again, this is the Mr. Rogers area. This is how likable you are, how nice of a person people think you are. This is the supportive husbandy area.
That's a you thing, Diesel. See, I understand that why that would be a me thing, but I've also had conversations and people in my life who like scrutinize and talk scruples about my self-image or how they look at my image rather. So, you know, again, it's one of those things that's it's very specific. So I wouldn't say that it's one specific thing, but like also you should just maintain your fitness for your own fucking what do you want to die before you're 50? There, that's my answer.
That's how much you're investing in. Here's why it's called investment. This is like the Tony Montana area. That's the main character from the movie Scarface. And this was his girlfriend, and she didn't like him because he was nice. She liked him because he had power. On Zones version 2, people criticized me for saying that you need to be a bad person in order to be attractive, and that's not what I'm trying to say. So I fixed it by getting rid of the words dark triad and replacing it with what those traits represent. Most men understand that if a girl is attractive enough, her personality can add quite a lot. It is the same for women.
I feel like any conversation about attraction or how men or women commonly act is ultimately pointless because every person has an anecdote about so and so and did so. Yeah. No, that's really the gist of it, is because everybody's using their personal experiences as the basis for
Exactly.
it, so it makes it hard. Like he's trying to make an exact science for something that there's not really science on.
Yeah. You can't science fucking this, you know.
Yeah, this is like, you know, you're trying to discover the inner machinations of the brain, and it's like this is like the feelings.
It doesn't work like
it
that.
doesn't work like that.
Human like emotion isn't logical. You can't fit it on a graph, okay?
If you are attractive enough and you're taking care of yourself enough, these personality aspects can add a lot. These personality aspects will not add this. You have to add this and add these on top. So basically, once she feels attracted to you, these will make her more attracted to you. But without getting here first, these things will not make her attracted to you. So competence and confidence basically mean your ability to do stuff that matters and your ability to show your ability to do stuff that matters. Women want to see things like, can you make money and support me?
I gotta be honest. I would expect I would expect the person that I'm going to see have a job. I think that's like a general like barrier for entry for anybody. What are you doing for a living? You go on your coffee date. I'm a stockbroker. Oh, amazing. Where do you work? Robin Hood from home. Unemployed. Got it. It's a good conversation.
Would you win in a fight if you had to? Can you fix things around?
Do you determine a man's value on whether or not he can win in a fight?
No.
That a lot of these things don't cross my mind when I'm looking at a
It-
guy.
You've
Yeah.
never gone, that man could protect me from the bear in the woods.
No.
No, we want to be with the bear in the woods. Have you seen Halson? That was a joke.
Around the house? Can
That was a joke. I don't want to fuck him
That
as a
was a
bear.
joke.
I want to fuck him as a man. Okay.
Halson's too built for me.
you
Man,
entertain
I
people?
do.
Do you know how to
Yeah.
make people like you?
I do
Can you do
myself.
something
you do.
special that most people can't
Not as a
do?
bear, though.
Do people generally respect you? Can you make her laugh? Can you give her strong emotional experiences? Do you understand women? Do you know what to say and how and when to say it? Do you never give up? Are you difficult to acquire? Do other people like you, especially women? All of these things can create good conditions in your life, and that's what she wants to see. She wants to see, can you create good conditions in your own life and then share them with me? That's the perfect relationship. But even if you can do these things, if you act like you can't, it's not going to matter as much. So let's say that you can do something special and difficult. It's going to look a lot better if you can make it look easy. Women generally want you to be emotionally close with them, but also you have to be careful not to be weak. Women are complicated. There are
We were talking about this yesterday. About like men being in touch with their emotions. Like we were talking about that.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
it's okay for men to cry.
I would be more concerned if
I feel like you got
Yeah.
it would depend on the reason, really.
Okay, yeah. Well,
like
if you're having a hissy fit because, like, I spilt some fucking beans on the counter, then yes, that is
Yeah.
gay. But like,
But I'd
You know,
also
crying.
I'd also think you're like mentally unwell if you're like a woman and you're crying because there's beans on the counter.
I mean, if you like start crying because you're playing Valorant and you suck at it,
okay,
you know.
okay, Cass.
I knew I was gonna get yelled at for that one.
Oh, this woman. Dios mío.
ways of sharing your emotions without whining and crying and saying, I'm weak and you need to help me. Most women want to see that you can make decisions and go with them and be confident.
I hate one thing I will say is you guys make me make all the decisions and it drives me insane.
Yeah,
drives me
well, we
fucking
can't
insane.
do it. Okay, leave us
No,
alone.
you literally
hard.
use the excuse we're women, Diesel. Do the decision for us, and I hate it. I'm like, you're emancipated. You have rights. Go fucking.
Yeah,
do
and
it.
our right is to ask you to make the decision.
Yeah, we have the right to do that.
Cloudy, be a top for once. One time.
You know,
Ugh.
whenever I go to make decisions, like this man's like, I don't really want, and it's like, okay,
Oh my
then you
God.
choose.
Alright, I'll be more decisive.
It's the same with the women sometimes.
Oh Lord, dude.
Look, I've started flipping a coin.
Never
so
mind.
we-
This guy is right. Change my mind.
I literally, when Helen and I are sitting and it's just her and I, we have to flip a coin to make a decision on what
We
to do.
do. It's terrible. Or if it's like girls' night, we'll ask Slaw because he's invited to
Yeah.
girls' night.
Yeah.
We make the decision for you to crush a
I'm
watermelon.
not
Look
gonna-
how that turned out.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that's one thing I do find attractive in a guy is when they can make a decision and they don't sit there expecting me to lead constantly.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is like, I always make the decision, and I make nothing but decisions all day. So, just like it's a simple thing. Hey, do you guys want to play Risk of Rain or Valorant? Is it really that fucking hard?
It's a hard question. Break it down to one option. Come on.
Yeah, legit.
that they're the right decisions. Just like perseverance over here, women want to see that you're a go-getter. This is your actual performance in life and not giving up. And this is the attitude of I'm not going to give up, I'm going to go get it. Women like that as well. Finally, instead of dark triad, I replaced that with light and dark forms of confidence. The light ones would be optimism, self-assurance, and being positive. Things are going to work out. I know they are. We can do it. I know that I can do this for you. I know we can do this together. But women also like the dark ones too. They don't actually want you to be a psychopath or a narcissist. They just want you.
Women don't want you to be a psychopath. I like how he just specified that. You know, he's like actually like his name is very alarming, like Homath, but he's like, fellas, you're not. Don't be fucking Patrick Bateman. Don't do that. Don't be crazy.
To be able to say, I'm awesome. I'm the best. I get my way. Nobody messes with me. Those are things that most women want to hear in some way or another, and they want you to be able to
Okay.
back it up.
If
So
a
if
guy
you
tells me, if a guy says, I'm superior, I'm gonna punch them in the face. Okay.
Bro, Homelander attitude.
Legit.
Oh man,
Look
imagine
good
if we had Mishi here.
That would she would
Michi would like. Oh,
she
that
would throw
be
a
really
huge
funny.
she would throw a huge wrench in this conversation.
It'd be
Oh, I wish
perfect.
she was here. Mishi, wake up.
too.
Mishi, wake up.
enough and you do impressive things and you show her that you're comfortable being assured that you can continue to do the impressive things, that's going to give her attraction. And then you just add up these things to get this. You can compensate for some lack of looks with these things. They've even measured it. They know how much money you need to make.
Who is they? Who is they? The Council of Girlies, the International Council of Women?
Okay. As the leader of the girly council, no.
We haven't measured it.
No. We haven't. We don't sit there and do this. This is
No.
insane. You need help.
To make up for, lack of height. It's kind of funny. So then you just add up her score for you on both of these and you find where you are. Most men are going to be in a particular woman's not people zone. That means you are not attractive to her and you are not being supportive to her. If she is not attracted to you at all and you put in a pathetic amount of effort, you become a creep. And she says, I wish he would just go away. If you put in a lot of effort and you go above this line, she's going to say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, I'm sorry. Women say this a lot. There's a lot of videos about women turning down the nice guy because they can't get feelings for him, but they wish they could because he treats them well. I put sugar daddy here because even if a woman is not...
I've seen men do that too, though. It's not like, because I've seen women approach men and they're like not interested. Like I've seen that. Like that again, it's like another generalization thing.
Mm-hmm.
very attracted, money can compensate for some lack of attraction. If she's not attracted to you and you really kill it on the good guy stuff, she'll put you in the friend zone and then you're like a brother to her. And that's...
God damn. That's a wild one. I love that one. You're like a brother to me. I've also, again, and it's like, I'm going to guess he's going to say once you're in one of these zones for a woman, you're stuck in it. But I've personally moved on it.
By the way,
before.
Cat with a C just beat me at chess.
Really? No fucking way. Holy shit.
Yeah, I made a massive blunder early on.
Oh.
And he just kept following up on it. Womp womp.
Damn.
Not fun. Let's do the middle column. If she is kind of attracted to you, sometimes women will mistake you for being a bad boy, for being very attractive, or sometimes for being very supportive, and then find out later, oh, he kind of isn't that masculine. He looked pretty good, but he wasn't like this. I can't believe that I ever, or I thought he was going to be supportive to me and he wasn't. I can't believe. So that's the mistake zone. If you're a little bit better than that to her, basically, if you're putting in creep levels of effort and she's only a little attracted, she's going to feel like, this is bad. This is a bad situationship. I want to get out of it. This is the situationship where she won't pull the trigger, where maybe you want to be with her and she doesn't want to be with you. So you're not giving me very much of this or very much of this. When you are medium attractive and you put in enough effort to go above the public secret line, you get to the settling zone where some women, especially later in life, will just say, "That's good enough. I guess that's."
I'd also argue men settle. We have like a problem where people just end up in marriages they don't want to be in.
Yeah,
That's like
absolutely.
a huge thing right now.
Best I'm getting. And if you are medium attractive, but you are also putting in friend zone levels of effort, then that will be the husband zone. Lot of
If you're fellas, if you're medium well, you're husband material.
Oh my god.
Oh god, this is so miserable.
It is. It really is.
women are happy with this zone, and they're happy to sacrifice a little attraction to get out of these situationships. And it's, I got my guy. He loves me. Finally, if women are very attracted to you, this is again a key difference between men and women. Our attachment starts at a certain level of attraction. Women experience attachment to the friend zone guy and to the bad boy. Different kinds of attachment. Here's another confusing part. This
I don't. With the implication there implies that they're like that there are men like men can only like will always find a friend attractive. Like I can say like a friend is attractive and not want to sleep with them.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's like completely available to me, or even if they're coming on to me, I could just be like, no, because I don't want to ruin our friendship. So it's like, by that, it would mean that I can put a woman in a friend zone. But based on this chart, he doesn't want to put a woman, like, say that men can't put a woman in a friend zone when they definitely can. Like, what? I'm very attracted to my husband, and he is my husband. So it throws a wrench in this chart.
Yeah.
attachment is different from friend attachment. Friend zone attachment is also different from friend attachment. Men and women can both have friends that they are attached to, but this is romantic attachment, and this is also romantic attachment. If you are in the friend zone, it means you're fulfilling this part of her romantic attachment.
This is like a miserable way to look at life. You look at life through just nothing but like the relationship angle.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, this is sucks.
Yeah. That's
So there's a
true.
difference between being friends and being in the friend zone. In order to be just friends, you have to have no desire for each other. Because if you have desire for her and she doesn't want to, then you get friend zoned and she is taking this energy from you but doesn't want a relationship. And if
This is a
she
fantasy
has
magic
desire for you and
system.
you don't want to, then that's
Yeah.
usually this.
It's like
And
that
that's why it's
chart
hard
with
for
the
men and women
star
to be
and it
friends.
has the different
So if
elements on
she's
it.
super
and it's
attracted
Oh
to
my
you
God.
and you are terrible to her and you don't offer her anything, she'll
Oh my
keep
god, he
coming
didn't
back
even
and
take
she won't
into
be able to resist you and she'll
consideration the zodiac signs. How could he? It's like he
That's so
barely knows
horrible.
the
Well,
girl he
would
is.
that be quantified under the perks category, right? Like, you know, his type matches up with me, you
No.
know?
say so bad for me. That is something that I did way too many times when I was younger. I let these women get hurt by expecting me to change when I knew I wasn't going to. And I don't think we should do that. I don't think you should put women here or here unless they want to be. If she is super attracted to you and you're giving small amounts of effort, she will wonder what it's going to take to make you give more effort, which usually you're not going to. Women get confused. They feel this attraction
Women get
and they think,
confused.
well, he might.
God, those are the worst kind of statements you could ever make as a guy. Those are- that's like asking for an absolute nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
I feel like he's looking at women not as like human beings with this whole thing.
No, he's looking at us like fucking AI.
Yeah.
Like,
This can't be real. This guy has to be a troll.
No, he's not. This is his entire career.
Are you sure? Because
Yes, he
holy
has
shit.
600K subs. This
Maybe
video has 1
he's-
million views, Cat.
Okay, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but maybe he built his career off of trolling.
No. Where does
no.
Diesel fall on the chart, ladies? Listen,
We
uh,
would be here all year. Okay.
It's too much. I
what do
can't
you
even-
mean? What does that even mean?
There's too. It's this chart is so.
It's
there's
also
just too
so
much.
situational. Like where Cat ranks him is gonna be different from where like Mishi ranks him.
True. It's all like opinionated, you know.
Yeah.
Subjective.
Sheesh. Thanks, guys. I've always known I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
Oh, shut up.
Mistake zone. Come on, I'm at least situationship bad.
Oh my god.
You know, today I'm feeling like maybe like a situationship mid, you know?
Right now you're a creep zone.
Can't believe Hal, you know I got my new mouse for Valorant.
Oh, you did?
time, yeah.
Congratulations.
That was
Must
quick.
feel attachment then.
prime
I feel
shipping.
attached to him because I'm
Mm.
attracted, and he's spending all this time with me. He must be attached too, but he's not. So women will hang out in this area a lot with a guy who
I feel like I
doesn't take her
understand
out
what
or-
men and women want even less now. I feel like this is just like weird black propaganda to just make everybody confused.
What color propaganda?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Black propaganda.
What did you say?
Black propaganda.
That's crazy.
No, not propaganda.
crazy.
From,
Wow.
No, this is not that. That's not what I meant.
No, you
Goblin
said what
Happy
you
is
said.
beyond charts. Wash your
Let it be
hands.
known.
Men and women
I
want the
agree,
same
Rocky,
thing.
you should
Boobies.
rock
I
it
will.
then.
Can I at least say though something about this graph that I do like?
This is the color coordination.
Yeah, like wow,
Get
that's
the fuck
impressive.
out
Okay.
of here.
As a
I
graph,
love the
it
colors.
is very aesthetically
Right?
pleasing, but
I
it's
can't-
too much information on one page, and it's just
Oh, yeah.
unhinged.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. But the colors, perfect. Great job on the colors.
Yeah, I'll give him the colors.
treat her well or doesn't get rid of other women for her, and they'll wonder for years sometimes, like, when am I going to move out of this zone and into this one? And it's, you know, not on his bucket list. If she's very attracted and you're putting in the settling levels of effort, that's just an even stronger version of this. She's going to think even more, well, he's treating me this well, he probably will treat me this well someday, which again usually is not the case because it is hard to move up. And then finally, maximum attraction.
At least, okay, he's putting a good point where it's like if something is a way in a relationship, it's probably not going to change, and people aren't going to change their bad habits in your relationship. It's just like
Yeah.
a thing with people, which is I would argue that's pretty true. Like people have idiosyncrasies that they just can't get rid of,
Yeah.
and nobody's going to be perfect either, right?
Do you think this guy spends like 60% of his time mewing in the mirror?
No.
He better look
No?
super sigma, okay? This guy better be the hottest man I've ever
I
seen.
mean, yeah, he is preaching being like, looks maxing, right? So maybe
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah. Have you guys two sides of the same coin? There's like looks maxing Discord servers that are horrifying, with all these guys like mewing and then like analyzing each other's jawline to see like who has like the best jawline and how to
That is
maximize jaw size.
horrifying.
Oh
How
my
does
And
one
then,
infiltrate such a place?
And then there's the converse of that, which is like it's called like r/female dating strategy, and it's all these like women talking about like the value of a man and how much they value a man and whether or not they date a man based on their like associated value, which is stuff that is as shallow as like, does he have money or does he have this? And it's like literally all they do is sit around and bitch and moan that 6 figure 6 foot 6 inches guy doesn't show up. So those people exist too. Like I've seen them. There's like huge communities like that, but it's all like miserable people.
Maximum security, Prince Charming, the man of my dreams. This is what you should want to be. A lot of guys are trying to be this, and I get it, and I did it, and I had my fun, but I regret it now. It's emotionally like, I wish I didn't do that to women. It's kind of the reason that the dating market
I used to be a hoe, and I'm sorry for being a hoe is quite the interesting revelation.
market is so bad,
Yeah,
everyone's
that's
hurting each other.
insane.
He's even taking responsibility for making the dating market worse. Damn, this guy must be piping like fucking Mario, bro. What the fuck?
You should try to be this. A lot of guys ask me how to stop women from cheating or how to know it's coming, and the number one answer is just be this. Give her everything that
Just
Oh
be
my
perfect,
God.
guys. Fellas. Oh
She
shit.
won't cheat on you
that
if
she
you're
needs.
perfect.
That's such a sad way to think. I don't know. It's
Mhm.
like some people are just like really shitty people and they'll do shitty, like I don't like, it just happens, dude. It's life.
Mhm.
And she's going to be way less likely to look elsewhere. Again, we assume that the other sex thinks the way that we do. If a man has someone here, we still will look at other women and think, well, they look good. But if a woman has someone here, she's going to be a lot less likely to look at other men at all. If she
I don't know if you can like look at someone and be like, he's attractive. Like I don't like, it's not like a all or nothing scenario. Like that's not true.
Yeah.
initially thinks you're here and over time she loses attraction, then yeah, she might look elsewhere. If she initially thinks you're here and over time you
That
don't
also
treat her as
implies that
well,
the
she might
husbands
start
don't
looking elsewhere too or just
having
leave. But
wandering
yeah, there are a
eyes.
lot of indications of likelihood to cheat, which I'll talk about in a different video, or you could just watch Mac and Murphy, that's his specialty. But the number one thing you can do, other than, looking for those signs in her, is be the best that you can. So
I mean,
be
I
these
don't
things.
like,
So
as
that's
a
it.
guy,
That's
I'd argue, yeah, be the best that you can be, but like, you shouldn't hold yourself up to some unmaintainable standard either, right?
Mhm.
Like, be confident and try your best and be your best self, but like, perfection is like an ideal, but you shouldn't like scrutinize over insane shit like shit you can't change,
Yeah.
like your voice, you're probably not gonna be able to change that. Like,
God. Looking at the graph from this angle just overwhelms me.
yeah, I know, right? It's colorful, like it's for a child to read. Oh my god. You
Oh,
should
it's
always
over?
be the best you can anyways, yeah. Like, but you also should be the best you can for yourself, not for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
you shouldn't be like doing it because you want to get sex. You should be doing it because you want to, like, I don't know, as a guy, I like want to leave a legacy, but I'd imagine most people want to be like leaving something behind. They don't want
Yeah.
to just be like a waste of space wandering through reality.
Yeah, like this graph is like an entire commitment to your entire life just so you can win a girl over.
Yeah, it's like what happens after you like quote unquote win the girl.
Yeah. What do you
Like,
do now?
like,
He needs to make a graph for that.
which by the way, the like like what if the guy is like perfect, but then he's like bad at fucking, right? That's not even something that he's mentioned here. Like
Yeah.
that's not, that should be here, right? Like,
Maybe-
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so it's
that
just
does
like
raise some questions.
you're husband zoning, but you fuck bad. So do you go down here or do you go over here? Because it should be on the attraction scale, right? Which means you should go either left or right, not up or down.
I don't know. You're gonna break his scale. He's gonna have to redo the whole
Yeah,
thing.
you could just not have sex chemistry. Like some people are not adventurous, like that would be. He totally has a wife upkeep graph. He does his dailies for his wife. When he completes his wife daily, she gives him a little candy.
Oh fuck.
It's just it's like we've been saying, it's too generalized.
It's both too general and too specific at the same time.
Yeah. Which is like a crazy thing to have.
That's That's something else right there.
It really is.
I can't be mad at it though, you know? He put so much effort into it.
I know.
Yeah, I think he needs therapy though for whatever bad relationship he just got out
Yeah, I
of.
think he
Mhm.
needs therapy. He needs
Yeah.
it.
It didn't end well, clearly. It's like that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia gif that you see sometimes of the what's his name, and he's like in front of a like board with all the pictures and stuff, and he looks crazy, and like he's like, you know what I mean? I can't remember. It's like a big old graph. Fuck. Now I
Yeah.
feel stupid. I don't know how to describe
No,
it.
the Sep Pepe Sylvia thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of this guy.
Oh, that's my stream stuff. Womp womp.
Uh-oh.
Stream stuff.
Anyway, chat. I'm gonna go, and now you're all gonna go bother Xylee, so go do
Tell
that.
Xylee we said hi.
Tell Xylee we said hi. I'm going to collapse now because that hurt my head, and I have a humongous headache.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Me too.
no.